Lisa, did you keep up? I don't. Fam, Friday night. Is there a better time to talk 49ers football? Let's do this. First of all, the headlines. The 49ers will kick off their 2019 training camp in late July. You know that already. But it's already pretty clear which position battles will be raging the most this summer. I guess it would be easy to say that the struggle between Nick Mullens and C.J. Beathard should easily result in Nick becoming the backup quarterback, or what? Shanahan just gave C.J. another shot, but a few days after that competition gets underway, it should become all academic from there. Although we know nothing about Wilton Speight, other than he is pretty tall, and everybody's talking about the wide receiver spot if there is a number one positional matchup to watch closely coming up in July. This, as far as I'm concerned, this is the one. All right? Just about everybody will get their fave if the 49ers hold on to 7 receivers. Otherwise, the tears will be falling a few days before the season opener. It's just the way it is, fam. I've already made up my mind. We're going to lose some people we really wish we didn't have to lose. And it ain't only going to be from wide receiver group. Jimmy Ward, going down to injury, immediately has added drama to the only part of the secondary that is going to be a battle that should really be interesting. It had already been decided that he was going to start, and the position was pretty much his to lose. Suddenly, enter Tavarius Moore. Uh-oh. Niner fans are jumping up and down, hoping Tavarius can succeed because of the fact that J-Dub has left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. We will see. Hey, you know what, though, fam? Let's break it down real quick. Number one, backup quarterback. Players in the mix: Nick Mullens, C.J. Beathard, Wilton Speight. Ideally, the first camp battle to watch this season has almost zero weight on what happens during the regular season. It means nothing, hopefully. And when I say that, I mean Jimmy G's got to stay upright. 49ers would prefer neither C.J. Beathard nor Nick Mullens see the field on a meaningful snaps in 2019, as that would indicate some sort of a setback for the starter Jimmy G. But that doesn't change this position battle's importance. Coach Kyle Shanahan is on record saying both Beathard and Mullens will be given an equal shot to secure the primary backup role behind Jimmy G. But as Al Sacco was on KNBR, he pointed out the numbers weigh heavily in Mullens' favor. So does Mullens' undrafted rookie contract. It's not likely that Shanahan keeps 3 quarterbacks on his 53-man roster, meaning the Niners will be pressed to make a move with either Beathard or Mullens before week 1. A lot of that will depend on possible trade offers, if any, along with which player Shanahan and company feel provides the best insurance for Jimmy G. Either way, this battle will be one that you have to have a slight bit of interest in. Fam, you know what else you can read into that? From that observation, you can also assume which one is the most tradable, which one can bring back some assets for the San Francisco 49ers. You and I both know it ain't C.J. 49ers could get rid of Nick Mullens, and then everybody's going to be mad. But look out. It's all about the business, baby. And number 2, wide receiver, players in the mix: Trent Taylor, Deebo Samuel, Sean Poindexter, Dante Pettis, Max McCaffrey, Jordan Matthews, Richie James, Jalen Hurd, Malik Henry, whom you've not heard that much about, Marquise Goodwin, Kendrick, the B-Born. It's no shock the 49ers spent considerable offseason effort picking up the wide receiver group, particularly after no Niners wideout even reached 500 receiving yards in 2018. Some such as the second-year pro Dante Pettis and 2019 second-round NFL draft pick Deebo Samuel are all but guaranteed roster spots this season, and you know this. Same with Marquise Goodwin. He ain't going nowhere as much as many people keep saying, we can get rid of Goodwin. We ain't going to get rid of him. All right? Marquise, his contract alone keeps him on the 53-man roster anyway. Trent Taylor looking pretty safe as well. After an excellent OTA performance and despite a disappointing year last season, everybody knows the story behind that disappointing last season. It had nothing to do with his ability. It had more to do with his back being all out of whack. See what I did there? Back being all out of whack. After that, though, it gets a bit tricky. For starters, the above players' respective roles have yet to be determined, but you toss in other players, notably veteran Jordan Matthews and 2019 rookie Jalen Hurd, and the position is quite crowded. Matthews also, he's had a great performance so far in OTAs, but they ain't put the pads on just yet, which spells trouble for third-year pro quarterback, third-year pro Kendrick. No, don't do it. Don't do it. He is, fam, no matter how much you, I'm the kind of guy that puts in the back of my mind, I don't want to think about it, man. I love me some Kendrick. But Lord knows that boy is fighting for his life come July next. Oh, man. Because the team's leading wide receiver from a year ago likely won't make the cut. The prediction is if Matthews does, Kendrick is out of here. 49ers probably keep just one of those two, given the similar roles each one occupies. After that, the players in the mix will either have to have the best of training camps and preseasons or merge as massive special team standouts to make the cut. Kendrick, come on, man. You can do this. I know you can do it, Kendrick. I mean, I like Jordan Matthews, man, but I love me some Kendrick, man. I'm serious. Even we got plenty of weapons. I like Kendrick. But we're going to see. Kendrick's got to get out there. He's got to show them. And finally, players in the mix. Safety. Kloski team, Marcel Harris. Demetrius Flanagan-Foles. I love that name, though. Jimmy Boyd, otherwise known as, and affectionately known as, J-Dub. Tyree Robinson, Tavarius Moore, Anton Exum, Adrian Colbert. For the most part, San Francisco's 2019 training camp battle at safety will focus on the free safety spot, and you know this. Certainly more interest here, particularly with defensive back Jimmy Ward breaking his collarbone in OTAs, and the 49ers switching second-year pro Tavarius Moore from cornerback back to his natural safety spot. Now you got two natural safeties out there, J-Dub and Tavarius. Moore's performance alone in training camp and the preseason will be worth watching, especially for possible long-term implications at the position. Because they just may shift him back and forth because he's got that kind of versatility. But remember, that's how they screwed up with Ward. He's a safety. Stop putting him on the edge. Maybe if you want to do something with him, maybe a slot, all right? But anyway, otherwise, man, come on, man. Ward is back on a one-year deal after all, and there's no guarantee safety Adrian Colbert bounces back from an otherwise disappointing 2018 campaign, but look out for Adrian Colbert. I'm telling you right now, Adrian Colbert plays best when the gun's to his head, like it was the year before last, when he had to come in because he was the last man standing in that group, and he performed quite well. If Moore winds up thriving in his new role, it likely puts off any would-be Niners to need to use a top pick on safety of the 2020 NFL Draft. Strong safety is still of interest. Niner empire wide. While there are fewer questions here, a pending camp battle between the veteran Kloski T and second-year pro Marcel Harris could be worth watching. Tart ended up on injured reserve last season, while Harris finished strong despite having numerous tackling issues midway through his rookie year. Although I think those tackling issues were mostly from the beginning. He ironed them out as the week went by. Remember, he didn't have any camp prior to last season. Some of Harris's open field tackles were essential in the Niners picking up their final 3 wins of 2018. So you got to look at that. As I say, he kept getting better. Momentum kept building up, and he did a better job. Tart is likely still going to continue to be the favorite here, but it's still an interesting position battle. Finally, one other thing. We'll be taking a poll this evening, asking the burning question inspired from a mic'd-up Dante Pettis. If you had to make a choice between using either a fork or a spoon for the rest of your natural life, which would you choose? I hate to be normal, but I'm have to go with the fork, man, because I can eat my cereal. It'll still part, but anyway. Eric Sanchez, what's up, fam? Good to see you again, hard hat and all. And thanks for the contribution, Eric. Pete Gorman says, sup? I think Mullens will be a good starting quarterback in the league. And see, that's why he might be traded, because he ain't going to take Jimmy's job. So if you can get any assets back, I believe, Spanglero's over. It's, I forgot his first name. Anyway, our coach from the past that is working with him is over now in Denver. Look out, look out. He already needs he needs a decent quarterback so bad. He may have one now, but I doubt it. Jay Anderson, what's up, fam? James Cruz. Niners! Rams still suck, and so does Sea Chickens. What up, fam? I agree, James. And Debbie Ryan says happy Friday to everyone. It's officially summer, and we have 76 days till the start of the NFL season. Longest day of the year. I think was it today or yesterday? Is that yesterday or today? Anyway, Empire Strikes Back for you. Our best linebacker this year, Fred Warner. Quan, our best defensive end, have the D Ford and going to be Bosa. Wide receivers, I say Debo, Pettis. I like Goodwin and don't see him as going to be our best wide receivers. I also like Trent Taylor. Yeah, But remember one thing. Jimmy G makes all receivers look good. So, whoever looks the best of the good, because ain't none of them going to look bad. I mean, this is just the way it is with Jimmy. Unless they run the wrong routes. Kendrick, don't do that this year, man. Come on, man. It's essential. Okay. Russo says, what's up? Niner fam. All right, Russo. Daniel Andre, Friday Night Lights. Let's go. Can't catch him. What's good with you, fam? Ron Jeremy. He says, I expect Colbert to take the free safety starting position. There you go. A vote for Colbert. And Daniel Andre says Jimmy G hands off to Tevin Coleman. Cuts through the gut, gets to the second level, spins. This is the description of the play. Jimmy G hands off to Tevin Coleman. Cuts through the gut, gets to the second level, spins, jukes, stiffs arms the defender. One leg being dragged by a defensive back. Powerhouses his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Niners! I like that. Tevin Coleman, boy, you bad dude. Dario loves God. 49ers are winning the Super Bowl this year. How will anyone be able to stop our offense? My only concern is our cornerbacks, but even they might work out. And remember one thing, as I keep telling you, that defensive front, I got a feeling the secondary is going to be back there bringing the popcorn, just watching that up-front action. I'm telling you, that frontline defense is ridiculous. Ooh, I love it. Donna Bell says, hey, fam, how's everybody? Donna Bell. Oh, Devon Pendleton. Dante Pettis, wide receiver, drafted second round 2018. Draft number 18, Deebo Samuel. Wide receiver, drafted second round 2019, number 19. And Donna Bell, we just got... Dario loves you. I like our safeties. If Verrett can stay healthy, I'm not sure if Witherspoon will be good. Yeah, these they got to prove it. They got to come out there and show people they are ready to go, including Nikello, Fluffy Ninja, Pensocken. Pensocken, right? I was taught how to say that. Did I get that right this time, James? Pensocken is in the house. Fluffy Ninja's out. Pensocken. Lamont Brown, Jordan Matthews is better red zone threat than KB, but can that be true? Because we seen Kendrick work his magic in the red zone last year. Don't tell me he can't play the red zone. He was one of our top people in the red zone. Oh. But then again, Matthews is polished, and he's been doing that for a long time. I understand that. Come on, Kendrick. Ooh.
You gonna leave that back there? Yeah.
You will. Come on in here, Will.
Bring it.
Ronbo.
Will. And Will left to, well, let's get into football first. We'll get into that later. But Will, the position groups are worrisome. We all have our favorite people in each position group. Maybe other than the quarterback group. I don't know anybody that said, oh, no, man, you got to keep C.J. I ain't heard nobody say that yet. So, between the wide receivers and the safeties, I've heard a lot about the safeties. The wide receiver group still remains the dilemma throughout, every house in the Niner community. Hey, but Will, what have you got on your mind?
Man, it's pretty simple with me. I don't like to keep stuff complicated. I just like to get straight to the point. Man, quarterback, man, Mullen's going to be the backup, because last year you saw what C.J. Beathard did.
Yes.
And he got hurt. Nick Mullens came in, and you saw what he did. So between the two, it was like night and day. Beathard sucked. Mullens showed out. So Mullens over Beathard for the backup spot.
And more upside, right? Nick's got way more upside. You can see it. Yeah. It's going to get better.
Yep, more upside. Yeah. Let's see. Moving on to, let's see. D-line is obvious, you know what I'm saying? They got Sheldon Day, I don't know. He might be the odd man out. I don't know. I think they're gonna still keep Julian Taylor because Julian Taylor, you know, they really ain't seen a lot of him. I believe they still got a lot of interest in him. So I don't see him going nowhere. Street, you know, they're gonna keep Street. I want to see what he got because, you know, he got hurt. So they haven't seen him perform yet. So I guess they're probably gonna keep him to see what he can do. Sheldon Day, he a good defender, you know, D-line defender, but I mean, I don't know. All the other guys, man, they good as well.
You think DJ Jones? Hey, but Will, you know what?
Oh no.
Sheldon Day. If you gotta have two brutes in the middle. You know, Sheldon may make it just because they need two guys, one to back up the other one, right? Because they already got rid of what's his name from last year. So, and you know what's really funny? Sheldon actually rushes the quarterback a little better than DJ. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. But go ahead.
Well, DJ Jones can stop the run, though. You know,
yep.
That's what you need. That's the kind of guy you need, though, because you know on first and second down, most teams like to run it, and you know you like to stuff that run on first and second down. So on third down, they still have a long way to get a first down. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, and Will, who you gonna put in that position on passing downs?
Man, Bosa.
As a tackle?
Armstead. No, as a tackle? Oh, no. Tackle.
Yeah, you know, because I'm saying, because when Jones sits down.
I was naming the whole D-line. I was naming the whole
okay,
D-line.
go ahead.
You just mean the tackle.
No, I was just talking about that position. Because I was talking about DJ Jones being able to stop the run. Okay, he comes out on the passing downs. Day is like pretty good at the rush. Or do you stay with Contavious? See, that's a tough. Go ahead, though. I want to hear what you say on that. Go ahead.
But yeah, you're right. It is tough. I mean, I don't know, because you like you said, Sheldon Day can rush the pass on passing down. He can. But Junior Taylor, you know, he can get up in there too.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, he did pretty good when he had a chance to play. So I mean, that D line, man, it's a big question mark. You know, with that D line because you already know who's gonna start. You already know who the starting guys is. So, but it's a coin flip.
But Will, you know what? Solomon T. Does he go in for Jones? You know, because you want Solomon T in the middle. You don't want him on the edges. Man, I tell you.
No, you don't.
It's coach has got to take a long look, fam. Well,
it's gonna be a lot of discussion with that D line. But moving on to the linebacker position, man. Fred Warner and Quan, they got their position sold up. It's gonna be between Greenlaw and Malcolm Smith, and you already know me. I'm a Greenlaw fan because Malcolm Smith, he ain't doing nothing. I don't think he's gonna get no better.
Yeah.
So Greenlaw match Quan and Fred Warner like do the speed and sideline to sideline and pass coverage. You know what I'm saying? He got everything. You know, Malcolm only got a little bit, but Greenlaw got everything. So
that's right.
I'm sticking with Greenlaw. Now on to the secondary. If Barrett stay healthy, man, Barrett and Sherman, they got that on lock. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna shut them corners down. I ain't worried about the corners because if Barrett stay healthy, it's gonna be Barrett and Sherman holding it down. Now it's just the safety position, man, that we all been talking about forever. So let's see, free safety. Man, I don't know. I like Tavares more. Tavares more, man. That dude the fighter, dog. He don't give up. Cause I saw that Bears game, man. He showed me something that he can build up on coming into this season, man. That dude don't give up, man. He been playing that position for a long time, man. He got great speed. You know, he can run from sideline to sideline. You know, catch up with the receiver on them deep balls and everything. So I'm
And
still
they
with
was
the
playing
guard.
him
More
out of
coach,
position. Because you know what?
man, J Dub,
As
man.
well as he did on that matches, he could do better than safety. This is what's interesting about him.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, J Dub, man. I'm sorry, buddy, but I don't know. Yeah, you gone, man. I mean,
Oh!
I don't think, but you know what, Ronbo, it may work out in your favor because you know how much of a dumbass John Lynch is. So you know
Well,
he believes in him. He believes in him, and it's gonna break his heart when he get hurt again. Uh,
dang.
strong safety position, man. Marcel Harris over Quasquetar. But you know what I'm saying? It may work in Quasque's favor because John Lynch is a
Loves
dumbass in
him
that
too.
position too.
Yeah.
So so
But
it's
you
on
know what?
Marcel Harris.
But John loves Adrian Colbert too. Remember, he didn't even hesitate to start Adrian last year. So he gets
that
over
make
these love affairs.
that makes him loving Coleman makes him more of a dumbass.
AC was pretty good though. What he's first year when he came in and he was the last man standing. He had to play. Remember he missed that game with the thumb and everybody was crying because he wasn't out there. But we loved us some AC then though.
Man,
We'll see
well,
though. He got
he
good
gonna have to show me. He gonna have to show me. But Marcel Harris, man, that dude got a good IQ, man. When you gotta. Troy can tackle. Well, he can't tackle, but he can. He a good player when it comes to stopping the run. But man, Marcel Harris can do both, man. He can stop the run and play the pass because he got a good IQ. Because I always mention that every time I speak on him. He got a good football IQ, man. He can tackle and he can, he can make plays. So that's why I'm sticking with him. But John Lynch is the factor of those two positions. So this dumb ass gonna put them boys out there. So it is what it is. But they just better not mess up if they get out there.
All right, fam. We're gonna let's get the rest of your lineup Sunday. Okay, can't wait to hear the rest.
Okay.
That's it. All right, fam.
All right. Oh yeah. Before I go, let me get the wide receiver position out the way. Wide receiver position, man, Richard James gone. I believe they're gonna keep Bourne and Matthews because Bourne been showing out at practice, and you seen when Wes Welker was mic'd up, he was always praising Bourne on doing his job and everything. So Bourne ain't going nowhere. Matthews ain't going nowhere either because they said he been showing out at camp, and you look at that stat 16 for 22 in the red zone, you already know that means good things. So it is what it is. So Richard James, he out of there.
There you go. All right. All right, fam. I was looking for you Sunday. Go do that sign out. We can't have you leaving without it.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to TNT, my player partner Dre, Trez, Trey. You know what I'm saying? Big Show, Jerry Fresh, man. Fuck the Rams, fuck the Rudy. They lost and they broke.
See you Sunday.
All right.
Hey, we're gonna go to Bill's, indicating he has 49% left on his phone. Go ahead, Bill. Uh-oh. Looks like Bill's 49% is played out. Bill, I'm sorry, man. We didn't see, I guess, until just now. Okay, anyway. Daniel, SF49ers fan 5249, sitting by the campfire making s'mores. Hey, still got signal at the lake, so wife and I are watching some Niners and going to break. Hey, God. Well, I bet it smells great out there. Campfire, them s'mores. Man, it's just nothing like that burnt smell of Marshall. Have fun, guys. And when you sleep tonight underneath the stars, you will see little names on each star. Garoppolo, Pettis, Bourne. I don't know if they're going to keep Bourne or not. I really hope so. Brandon Lone says, hey, yesterday was my son's B-Day. He turned 10. Can he get a B-Day shout out? His name is Jacob. And Brandon, you know this. Happy 9th birthday, Brett. Oh, Jacob. Sorry, Jacob. You're your own man, I know. Happy birthday to Jacob. After 10 years being a Niner, happy Be happy. Niners birthday to Jacob. Hey, Big J. All right. Grow up. If you get too big and strong, be an offensive lineman. They get paid the most, especially edge rushers. Or a quarterback. There's the most money in the world. Maybe it's other Bill. Let's see. Hey. Let's just go to Bill. Is that Bill? Hello, Bill. Bill.
Hello?
Hey, Bill. What's up?
Oh, holy shit! Hey, what's up, my brother? How you doing?
All right. You still got some time on your phone battery.
No, I think that was another bill. I don't know, but no,
yeah.
my
Okay.
phone
So yeah. Okay. Your battery's fine. Bill, come on in here, man.
Sir. How you doing, man?
Oh
How
man, I'm doing so good. I can't wait till these camp battles. You know, our preseason camp is going to be as entertaining as some games next year, man. I mean, we got some people that fighting for position. They're going to be playing their butt off, Bill. I can't wait to see, because people. My boy Kendrick is in. I ain't no worry about who's going to win the quarterback, but my boy Kendrick, I'm concerned. Everybody else I want on that unit is there, and then of course you know how I feel about J Dub, Mrs. Ward's baby boy. I believe he can do this if he could just keep his little body in one piece. You know what I'm saying? Tavares Moore is breathing
Amen.
down his back.
Amen. I hope they stay healthy.
No.
I'm noticing that the empire is spreading through New Jersey. I see you got a couple other listeners coming, calling in.
Yeah. Pronounce that. Pensauken. Yeah. Pensauken. There's people all in the chat. We got people calling in too. Are you in New Jersey, Bill?
Yeah. I live in Pensauken.
Oh,
that's me. I'm the fluffy ninja.
You're the fluffy ninja. Change his name on our marker. He's the fluffy ninja calling in. Oh, Fluffy, man, what's up, man? What do you present? What are your feelings on these players coming are battling next month?
Well, I'm excited about that, but I was calling because I was a little bit pissed off about something.
Which one?
I was watching the Good Morning Football thing.
Oh man!
And they were talking about the West, and I'm watching them, and I see Nick Burlington in the background just grinding his teeth because they're talking about the Seahawks and they're talking about the damn Arizona and whatever. Then all of a sudden they're talking about the Niners, saying that Jimmy G isn't going to add up to anything. And you know what? I respect everybody's opinion. I don't say nothing. I just shut up. But I'd really love to send a message to Mr. Burleson. And I think he just needs to sit down and maybe eat a dick and start talking about the Niners. Because I'm really tired of his bullshit. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the language.
It's fine. I just didn't know that's where you were going. That was hilarious. Timing was incredible. But I understand your point that most of us agree. 99% of us agree with you. But go ahead.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I enjoy everything. I'm happy as hell. The team will be getting back together again pretty soon. I know they're going to be motivated to go to the next phase, and I can't wait for it. Yeah. Anyway, just want to thank you for everything that you do, my brother. I know you're busy as hell, but
it's pure pleasure.
That was it, man. Just thank you so much for everything that you do, and on behalf of this fluffy ninja, I can't say much about everybody else, but love your show, do what you do, and I just want to thank you.
Thanks, Bill, the fluffy ninja. Appreciate you, fam. All right, and because I see you, I have been seeing you in the chat. We notice you every time for a long time, so appreciate you hanging with us. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I appreciate you. Anyway, shout out to all the brothers out there, sisters. Do y'all thing.
Yeah.
Go Niners.
Oh man, have a good night. Yeah, Nate Burleson. Yeah, Nate Burleson is going to continue to do these things. I can't wait. Our time is coming on Nate, though. As I say, remember, we will be the army that attacks his Twitter like crazy midway through the season. I can feel it coming this year. It's Daniel Serrano. He's setting me up with his auntie. Thanks, Daniel. It's kidding. 49ers going to rule this year. The rebuild is over. Over. Really, honestly, and actually, it's mostly over. I did 95% over. You may add a couple of pieces here, and you may need a little more maturity in a couple of players here and there. But for the most part, you can stop talking about a rebuilding team. And that Nate doesn't think Jimmy can bring anything to the table. Nate needs to get up from the table and go get something to eat himself. James. Come on in, man. We're doing the New Jersey thing here this hour.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, fam, you know what I'm saying? Hey, James, how close are you to Pensacola?
Maybe an hour and 20 minutes away. I'm
so
close
it's
to New York City.
I'm over by.
I'm close to Newark, actually. I'm right there by New York City, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, James, as you know, we're looking at position groups tonight. And James, before you leave, I keep forgetting to ask people if you were set down in the world and the good Lord laid down a spoon in front of you, a fork, and said, whichever you choose is what you're going to use for the rest of your life, which would you use?
If he put what in front of me now, what would I use?
A fork or a spoon. You only have a choice between one of the two. You can't have both for the rest of your natural life.
Well, I guess I would take the spoon because at least I could dip soup, eat soup with it. You know, cereal. You can't eat soup or cereal with a fork unless you're just really creative. But that's kind of like, it's a lot. I almost told you one about the two brothers on an island that were stranded.
Yeah.
And one of them said, you watch to see if a ship or a boat comes by, and they had one flare and a flare gun. And so one of them had to go to the bathroom. He took his self out and got bit by a snake. And he asked the brother, he said, you my brother, would you let me live it? Would you just let me just like die like this and suffer? He said, listen, I'm going to get you some leaves and you get you some wet sand and write down something you want me to tell somebody in the family as a remembrance of you. Yeah. But,
you're about to
die. I had to tone it down, I guess.
Yeah, no,
I know we got
I know that everybody's heard that joke goes back a long time. Anyway, James.
Real long time. And I love my brother, but I would have sure had some stories to tell about him if that were me and him. But what I'm thinking, believe it or not, I'm going to tell you, I don't think Kendrick Bourne or Marquise is going anywhere. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm a little concerned for Jordan Matthews, as great as he appears to be. One thing I can say why I believe Kendrick Bourne may have a leg up on Jordan Matthews is because simply this will be his third year going into the same system with Kyle. And the first year he had a little bit of Garoppolo for five games, and he excelled with Jimmy Garoppolo. And you could see that he was a young receiver on the rise. And then 2018, Garoppolo gets injured the third game. And, for the time that Garoppolo was on the field, Kendrick Bourne was progressing then. And then he had, I don't wish any bad luck on nobody, a receiver having to go back to C.J. because that's like, running and not knowing where defenders are coming from, but you just running full speed, knowing that you can't see them, but you will hit them. That's kind of probably the mindset they had as receivers, especially with C.J., but then there was Nick Mullens. So the point I'm trying to make is that simply I think that Bourne is more safer than a lot of people think, and I do believe that Richie James and probably Jordan Matthews may be the odd man out because it's still Jalen Hurd And I'm curious about, I think they're going to probably either try to find a way to IR Poindexter if he shows if he looks really good in the preseason and in training camp. So I don't know. It's like if you ask me, I believe that Kyle would go with the players he's got more experience with and knows a lot better. I mean, if it just came down to it, and believe me, Debo Samuels is going to be the replacement for Marquise Goodwin. Goodwin's already thinking about the 2020 Olympics, has stated he's going to compete in that. And then with the concussion history. So it's some real things going on, but I do think that, Matthews and probably Richie James may be the odd man out. Who knows? They may turn around and IR Richie James when it's all said and done. So we don't know. But
that's true. They like to.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Well, James,
yeah,
move to another group because we're going to run out of time here. But look at your safety group because we already know the quarterback situation. But what about the safeties? And maybe name another group that you might be keeping an eye on as well.
The safeties, when it comes to safeties, I think John Lynch played a safety position, and he knew when Tampa Bay tried him at a corner and he had played free safety basically at Stanford. They moved him to the safety position finally, and that's when their defense took off. Marcel Harris and Tavarius Moore right now are the most intriguing young players that we have in that secondary, and I think that Lynch is going to push to see Tavarius Moore continue to grow because one thing I like about in his instincts, he got beat by Russell Wilson when we played the Sea Chicken, and Russell Wilson beat him on a wheel route. Well, Russell Wilson came back to the next receiver on that same play, and Tavarius Moore was right there and almost picked him off. Now at the same time, Trubisky got him one time in the end zone, and you see what he did. The next time, he almost took the ball away from him. And then, he's got a great infield presence. I mean, a knack for going after the ball, not just playing the receiver, but playing the ball. And it looked real good to see a young cornerback that's also a free safety in a secondary that stripped the receiver from a ball and got the ball back for us. Just that Nick Mullens couldn't complete the drive for points. So, that's something we could really, grow on. And, if we got to move on from them Dane expendables like Jimmy Ward, Jarquisky Tart, Greg Maven, Dante Johnson, put them all in the same Uber together.
You Maven and Johnson with my boy Dub? Oh, Lord have mercy.
And Tart, all in the Uber, in one of them minivans. And as far as it goes to that defense, I believe this, those two bigs that are going to be playing in the middle, as in DeForest Buckner and Eric Armstead, they are going to be havoc wreckers. At 6'8", pushing that pocket. You got to double team both of them. You will not leave Nick Bosa or D Ford to have a one-on-one matchup. You're in trouble. And then those fast linebackers coming right through the hole. So I'm gonna tell you, we could have a defense that this league ain't seen in years.
That's right.
If it all comes out.
James, you left some names out. We have no idea what their capability is. The second wave defensive line could be as bad as the first.
That's in the rotation. That's how you get great, man. Yes. That's in the rotation. That's how you get great. And I mean,
that's how the Broncos did it that year.
A team that knows, okay, they got them two bigs up front, and they got very dominant edge rushers. So we got to figure out a way to beat that defense and still use their strength against them. And at the same time, we come out on the field and we start Kentavious Street and DJ Jones in the middle and play a complete 4-3 defense, and still with the cover 6, which is still the same defense, just by moving a linebacker. So I'm telling you, I mean, it's just,
James.
Quarterbacks that get rattled. They make mistakes, man. Yes,
and that's what I'm telling them. I mean, people don't understand how that affects the secondary, but they will. James, tell you what, I'll see you Sunday.
All right, Ronbo. Have a great evening.
You too.
Thank you for what you do. Thank you for the platform you provide for us. And this Niner Empire, we're really optimistic. This team has got a great upside. Hopefully they can stay healthy. And I'm not going to go with anybody that wants to say, we should be able to get in the playoffs. I'm saying we should be playing in the last game of the season. That's just me. I done seen them win 5 Super Bowls. Okay? That's just me. Anyway, have a great evening. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Thanks for what you do. Enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, James. Have a good night, fam. See you Sunday.
You too.
There you go. James is not settling for no playoffs. No. It's like Jed York says. No. We don't hang banners. We hang Super Bowl trophies. Hey, Niners! Rod.
Hey, that's a Friday fucking welcome for a 49er. I appreciate it, Ronbo. What it do, baby?
Oh, Rod, man, I'm sitting. The table's being set. It's like the previews going into the July month of action-packed drama. I'm telling you, man, because the quarterback situation is one to watch just because you want to see if Kyle Shanahan will wean C.J. off. Stop with him, Kyle. Because Rod, there was no reason to have this going on. Stop talking like C.J. has a chance. There's Kyle Shanahan. As far as I'm concerned, they're even. What? And then, you move down the wide receiver group. Now, that's serious. Now, somebody got to go, and everybody's got their faves, and everybody talks about their faves. And then you got the safety group. And, Rod, whichever group you think is going to be a problem, and everybody knows the defensive line is ridiculous with talent. I don't know what they're going to do there. I mean, they got people. You can't make everybody sit down and wait for somebody to get hurt. You got about 7 or 8 guys that should be starting on other teams around the league. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy, Rod. But, Rod, on in there. And, Rod, remember, before you leave, we want to know, are you a fork or a spoon man? Well, I love that question.
Hey, man. Let me start off with the most obvious. As far as that damn topic of CJ, hey, yo, Kyle Shanahan,
stop playing.
You got to get the titty out of his mouth, dog.
Yeah.
Take the titty out of CJ Beathard's mouth. He like that dude on Game of Thrones who was sucking his mama's titty at the age of 12. You got to get rid of that shit, boss.
Oh, man.
And as far as the secondary goes, man, I'm feeling motivated about my boy Tavares, man. I'm really feeling motivated. They said that it feels good to be back at home was the comment that he made. That's what his DB coach said. So hopefully that's a good sign of things to come. Jimmy Ward, look, man, get well soon, but I'm hoping like a motherfucker that Tavares just overthrow your ass, man. We tired of that shit, man. Tired of that shit, man. I mean, look,
people coming out hard against my boy Dub.
Like, you can't be down on your fellow manner, man. But look, man, this dude ain't doing nothing but taking money from my bank, dog.
I can't even argue that point. Jimmy got paid, and I mean a lot of money too. Shoot, this is $13 million.
But I mean, I can't. I know I probably won't be able to go through everything, but I ended with the defensive line and say I'm really interested to see what Street and what Julian Taylor can do, man. That's my biggest. As far as solid T, I think he'll get his shot. He's gonna get his opportunity. You know, we've heard the stories about, the death of his sister having an effect on him mentally, and I, for one, can forgive that. Yeah. But I'm looking for some big things for him, even if it's nothing but a rotational piece this first year. But I really, really want to see what Taylor and Street can do for me, man.
I know, Matt boy. And Rod, the breakdown. Give me your team one and practice. You know you got your team one. Works out. You guys, team one, guys, I'll read your name off on the list. Please go on to the west side of the field. Team two on the south side. And we got a third team here because we've got a lot of talent here, guys, we want to look at. So we're going to have we have three different practices.
Okay, we're talking about the offensive side or the defensive side?
Defense.
Defense.
Yeah, so we have three different scrimmages.
Okay, well,
yeah.
No, of course, you got to go Bosa. Got to go D4 as far as my two ends.
Yeah, this is your first team.
D-Buck is no question.
Yeah.
And I'll probably go Shelton Day / probably T for that other DT spot.
All right.
Greenlaw, I'm kind of jumping on the bandwagon with Greenlaw, man. I think that his football IQ and his athleticism alone should probably get him into the mix by the end of training camp. You know, I'm skeptical because, you know, I think we all know with Malcolm Smith, there's only going to be so much that he can do. I mean, it is what it is. We gave it a try, fellas. We gave it a try.
We tried.
Corn Alexander, hopefully he can be back in time. I'm definitely looking forward to having Fred Warner back in the linebacker spot, calling the shots. And as far as my DBs go, Richard Sherman, of course, number one. I'm hoping that Verrett can overtake Witherspoon, but bottom line is I think Witherspoon, he still deserves another chance to at least compete for the spot. And like I said, I'm going to go with Tavares Moore, and I'm going to go with Tart as far as the safeties, man.
There you go. And give me your second team. Just the defensive line. This is, to me, I'm gonna work this out. I want to see what I'd come up with later. But James, Rod, can you come up with a defensive front, just the front line defense? Your linebackers, because you're gonna run out of linebackers anyway. But anyway, what's that front line look like from left to right?
The second line, I got to keep my boy Armstead in there. He's got to lead the charge the second way. And I still love my guy, Ronald Blair. I'm still a Ronald Blair fan. I hope we can keep him there.
Oh, man.
You know?
I keep forgetting about Ronnie B. You gonna put him on the edge? At the Leo?
I got to.
Or the big end?
I'm going to put him at the Leo.
All right.
I'm going to put him at the Leo. Ronald Blair showed his versatility, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't ever go wrong with pulling for the underdog. I mean, he was never thought to be a guy who would come in and start, but you know, when we had some injuries along the line and he was given opportunities, I think he performed.
He comes up with a few sacks every year since he's been with his team. When everybody else wasn't, Ronnie B was getting his. So, I agree with that 100%. All right, so Ronnie's at the Leo. Are you going to put? Now here's the thing: who are you going to put in for D-Buck? He's sitting down and needs his rest. What are you going to do?
Hey man, I might have to start it off with Solid T, man. The second thing. I might have to start it off. And then, like I said, between Street and Taylor, you know, we have to just see what these guys can do with training camp, but. I mean, these are the guys that I got as far as the order goes, who I think have the ability to go in and go all gas, no brakes, man.
All right. And the other side of the big end, you know what? You put Contavious at the big end, didn't you?
No, at the big end I had Armstead.
Armstead, okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Because he's not back in there. You leave him on it for the second unit as well. All right, I like that. All right. And the linebackers, there's a few guys.
Because, I honestly do think between D Ford and, you know, now I wasn't the one who was a big supporter of drafting Bosa first, but we got him now. So we may as well go ahead and plug him in to play the position that he was destined to play. I think between him and D Ford, they can hold it down. For Armstead is you and I both said that Armstead really started to show some insight at the end of last season. So I would rather just keep him as a fresh rotational piece instead of, you know, doing it any different than that, because I think D Ford and Nick Bosa should be able to hold that first string.
Oh, they will.
Down.
And like you say, just have him come in. If they get tired, give him a spell, because, you never know. But I don't think the defense is going to be playing. See, Rod, that's the thing. I don't think this defense is going to be on the field all day like they used to be. But, Rod, that's remains to be seen. Bam. We're going to go. And, hey, Rod, Sunday you generally can't make it. You got Monday night is for you. Is that right?
Man, look here. If I'm awake, I don't give a shit. I'm talking. Because it's Ronbo Live. It's 9 a.m. Kyle, and I'm a fucking 49er to the day I die, baby.
There you go.
All
right, man. Let me give you the holler out. Are you ready?
Please give it to me.
Niners for the ride.
Hey, shout out to the Empire. Shout out to Team TNT. Shout out to my other bro, Big Show. Empire, we'll be back at y'all next day, baby. Hold it down.
All right, Rod. Great to hear from you. I'll look for you Sunday. Wait a minute. I'm laughing at this because this is Kenny's observation. Kenny chooses a spoon. He says you could carve it slightly into a fork and even sharpen one side into a knife edge. Kenny, he has that, survival gene, Kenny was way out somewhere and he only had a spoon. He'd find and make that spoon work. Dre!
What's up, bro?
Dre, man, it's like I was saying, man, it looks like the drama's, it's being set, man. Previews is coming up. They got the cast of characters and everything on. I don't know what they call this movie, but, man, it's going to be survival of the fittest out there next month, man. Every time I read, everybody seems to want to throw our boy Kendrick in survival mode.
Well, I don't even want to.
I said, come on,
this dude been getting 2-3 touchdowns every motherfucking practice. You know what I'm saying? The only other guy that's been doing that is George Kittle. You know what I'm saying? Matthews had one practice where he had 3 touchdowns, but every time I'm reading what's going on in practice, it's been Kittle, Kendrick, and Caden Smith putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Getting 2 or 3 touchdowns, especially in the red zone. So, I'm not really too worried about what these beat writers are saying. You know what I'm saying? They said the Pelicans would never deal Anthony Davis to the Lakers, and look what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying? So I don't pay attention to I don't pay attention to what these bums say. These motherfuckers are stupid. Well, I hear some of the dumbest shit. Daniel Andre in the chat just said that Nick Mullens is motherfucking Russell Wilson and Jimmy G combined. He said he got some of both of them in him.
Wait.
He just won't. Daniel Andre said. Said Nick Mullens is Russell Wilson and Jimmy G. What? Motherfucker, what? That sounds more like Kyler Murray, not no motherfucking Nick Mullens. Not a motherfucker who had a 64.9 PFF. Who the fuck? Bro, it's just amazing some of the dumb shit I hear. It's just amazing, bro. I just can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I can't insult nobody's intelligent, but man, motherfuckers say some dumb ass shit, bro. Like, what is this? Stupid or something? Like, I don't get it, bro. I just don't get it, man. But let's get Daniel. Smack yourself, bro. Just smack yourself. Anyways, we getting the 3 positions where I think it's gonna be a battle. Right. First one to me is going to be Spoon and Verrett. I don't really see a battle being put up. Spoon has been in the system, and that's the only thing that gives him an advantage. But as far as athletic ability, speed, and just being a pure dog, you know what I'm saying, and playing like yourself every year, not trying to play like you Patrick Peterson or some shit. You know what I'm saying? He Verrett stays consistent. You know what I mean? Take out the injury. He stays consistent. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who Spoon going to be from week to week, and we can't depend on that. So that's who I see, with that battle, and Verrett is going to have that starting position. The second one, I would say I have Cobra starting. He's running with the ones right now. A broken collarbone, even though they say it was a fracture, you know what I'm saying? I think it's going to take a little bit longer for Ward to get up to speed. But for the second position, I see Tavarius Moore and Jimmy Ward going at it for the second position at free safety. I think that's going to be a battle, man. And
Tavarius is in shape. He was balling out. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna see what it looks when he can put these pads on. And like I said, man, when a guy has basically had a year taken away from him because he's playing a position that he never really played, he's pumped up, bro. It's gonna be hard to take that spot from him. You know what I'm saying? So Jimmy might be in trouble. He might be, man. Jimmy might be in trouble, man. I think that's going to be a battle between Moore and Ward. And then the third battle that I see is Greenlaw and Smith. Malcolm is a seasoned vet. Regardless of what we want to say, you know what I'm saying? I've even said, he's had some horrible play. The dude wasn't a Super Bowl MVP for nothing. Even though that was, 5 years ago. 5, 6. I think it was what was that? 2013. You know what I mean? Even though it was 6 years ago, you know what I'm saying? The dude wasn't a Super Bowl MVP for nothing, and, and he wasn't averaging 130 some tackles for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he was a tackling machine, but at the end of the day, Greenlaw, that's a guy who faced a lot of adversity. Man, this guy was an orphan. You know what I'm saying? They just did something where he wouldn't talk to kids who are who are orphans. You know what I'm saying? And he let them know. You know what I'm saying? I was from home to home. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have any parents, no family, and look what happened to me. That dude's a fighter. He's a high character guy. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to dropping back in coverage, Ronbo, the guy can do it. Mm-hmm. The guy that literally, if we had to, like, if some guys really got injured, man, you could put Greenlaw back there, strong safety. You can put him back there, strong safety.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's a run and chase type of player. Yeah, so he's.
Oh my God,
he's got
and just his presence, dropping back in pass coverage is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So those are the three battles that I'm going to be looking forward to seeing. Like I said, I think Verrett's going to edge out Witherspoon. I just don't see nobody bouncing back from 44.1 PFF, bro. I just don't see it. I'm sorry,
ain't no place to go but up, though. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't see him bouncing back too far, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you got ball skills, one of the hardest things to teach somebody when you get to the NFL, he's made it to the NFL off just pure athletic ability. One of the hardest things to teach somebody when they get to the NFL is to whip their head around. Like, that's just something that has to be bred in you, Ronbo. That's not nothing that you can. If you don't have it by this stage, it's gonna be hard to get it, bro. And let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, whip your head around, locate the ball, and make a play on the ball, bro. And if you can't do it right now, man.
We've seen him do it a few times, but he's not.
Yeah, you've seen him a few times, but shit, what happened to other times?
Well, he got beat.
You damn right.
Jay, you know about that position, man. You know what? If you're getting beat, you ain't worried about your head getting turned around. You're worried about not losing sight of that contact with that receiver. You know what I'm saying? Because it's bad positioning in the first place. Well, I did see him do technique-wise what we all learned. You pin that dude up against the sideline, not why you don't have to work with so much real estate. If you try to work with one of the dudes out in space, he's going to kick your butt.
Yeah.
So, and these are some of the things.
And watching some of the replays, it's like, man, push him, nudge him, slap him, fight him, do something, motherfucker. Don't just let him get an inside release and go into where the linebackers are. Don't let him do that, bro. Pin him up against the sideline. Like, what are you doing? It's like some plays is doing like a Pro Bowler, and sometimes it's doing like he just sleep. You know what I'm saying?
This is why I'm telling you, Jeff
Hafley. You need some cough syrup?
Hafley had something to do with it, though, Dre. I'm convinced. Because, like I said, when I'm looking at my slot guy pointing at my corner, the corner's pointing at the safety. I said, you know what? If I'm John Lynch, hey, when this game's over, I want Hafley up in my office immediately. No, never mind. I'm coming down to the field.
Right.
I want to know why nobody in the secondary knows where the hell they're supposed to be. And that's why I'm saying, there's something else wrong with what happened last year. This is why I'm not condemning Kello, he was better than that in the first year. But anyway, we'll see. Yeah, coming up next month.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If he do come back and have a good season, great. But you know what I'm saying? I just don't see him beating out a healthy Jason. I don't see it. Him beating out a Verrett. I just don't see it.
No, he ain't gonna beat Verrett out. No way.
Unless he balls out and they want to keep him in and then put Verrett on the nickel, but shit, K'Wan Williams, ever since he been with us, he been good on the nickel, bro. And can't nobody in here say he ain't been.
No, K'Wan's got that locked up, bro. And K'Wan ran off that dude they drafted from 3 years ago too. That first year he came in.
Told his ass, get out of here, buddy. Yeah, told his ass, get out of here. It's not going to happen, buddy. You're gone. So
let me see you Sunday, fam.
Man, shout out to my player partner Will. TNT family, big show, Trey Trash. You know what I'm saying? Daniel. Who else, man? Bob Money, Horatio Flores, Niner Empire Strikes. Everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Andre. Bro, don't say that no more, my brother. Please don't say that no more, my brother.
Dan's got to call in. I need to understand that.
Yeah.
A combination
please.
of Russell Wilson
Yeah,
and Jimmy G?
Yeah.
Daniel?
And you know what I'm saying? I could understand if you had an LOL next to it, bro, but you was dead ass serious, bro. Like, don't say that no more. Don't say that no more.
He was just playing.
All right, Ronbo.
Right,
I'm gone, bro.
Right, see you Sunday.
All right, bro.
Daniel, you really said that. I saw it. Is Nick really that good? I saw him. Okay. He's pretty good. I don't know if he's reached that kind of level yet. Really? That's a lot. Anyway, Derek Dawson does say my son Miles' birthday was Wednesday, 13. Can I get a B-Day holla? Miles' birthday too? Happy 9th birthday to my man Miles. Happy 9th birthday to my man Miles. I can remember more. Happy 9th birthday to my man Miles. Derek, what's up, fam? And Panama Queen, hey, PQ, how you doing, girl? And Daniel, San Francisco 49ers 5249. This is coming at you from our campsite at Lake. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's the campsite is Lake Quinault. Is that right? Quinault. Where's that located? Still got signal, so yeah, we read that a little earlier today. And then Daniel Serrano talking about, hey, Ben Ronbo finna say what's up to me. Daniel Serrano, what's up? See, I'm becoming way too easy to predict, ain't I? Jerry Fresh. That's Jerry P-H-R-E-S-H. Make sure to click him, fam. Man, it's talking about all kind of Niners at his page. He said, I see 200 people in here. Can I get 200 extra subscribers? Go on, get subscribe. Jerry's he's cool. And 49ers Rockets and Ryder. What up, Niners heads? That's what we be, huh? We be doing this 365 days a year. We don't let it loose, man. They got the NBA. They got baseball. Whack. And we're still talking football. And the boys are somewhere hardcore at it, too. Hey, Demetrius.
Ronbo.
Hey, D, man. It's countdown from here, D. We about to end June in another few days. Do you realize it'll be countdown? About 3 weeks, maybe, right? The 49ers will not tell you exactly what date they plan on reconvening. Not yet. But we do know it's going to be the latter part of July. Just don't know when. And then, Demetrius, the war, the men with the biggest guts, the man who will not be denied, the man who says, that job was made for me as soon as I put on the red and gold. His time will be here. Demetrius, who do you see being the representatives? It's only going to be 53 out of a camp. 40 dudes got to say goodnight. God, that's an incredible cut. You know, yeah, Demetrius, I go clown for a second. You know, they used to make 2 cuts.
That's a lot, man.
It is. Man, there's going to be a traffic jam outside.
Yo, Zach consider him in the practice squad too, right? They make cuts that way also, right? All right.
Well, you get 10 guys that come back. They put them on the there'll be like 10 guys, so it's 30-something, right? But them dudes on the practice squad, you know, it's not like they're part of the regular rotation or got any chance to do anything other than be the practice squad. But 10 guys will come back, you're right. And so they got like 30 guys they got to get rid of. That's crazy.
That's a lot, man. It's going to be some of your favorite players that's leaving.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Demetrius, who do you think? I mean, I'm scared for Kendrick because I like him so. I'm not worried about Dub. See, who's my favorite?
Kaboom ain't going nowhere. J-Dub ain't going nowhere. That's Terminator right there. You know
I like
what I mean?
Kaboom.
You know, remember
Is
that?
that Kendrick Bourne?
Yeah,
Kaboom? I like that for him.
That's Kaboom right there, man.
Kendrick be styling, boy.
That's
Getting
right,
up
man.
at
He can't go nowhere. Like the last caller said, man. He etched him, man. He etched in stone.
Yeah,
Like,
me,
he good,
me and
man.
Dre
He
are
ain't going
partial
nowhere.
toward Kendrick Bourne, so we
But I
ain't
don't
gonna
know,
let him, we ain't
Ronbo.
cutting him no matter what.
I know Richie James gonna go. He's gonna go. I don't think Jordan Matthews or Kendrick Bourne's gonna go. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I
see?
said before, I think the writers are just writing, man. They just writing just to write right now. But I don't think they're gonna weed out the weaker players, man, who ain't doing what the fuck they gotta do, point blank, period, man. Because that Richie James shit I seen on YouTube, that shit wasn't cool.
I think his
You
nerves
had
are.
them yelling at him.
Yeah, I know. I think his
Yeah,
nerves.
that's not good.
Richie's running.
That's not good. Because what if that was a big moment in the game? You know what I mean? To get a first down or something. You know what I mean?
And Kyle never gets
So
over
you
those
practice
things.
how you. Yeah, you play how you practice, man. And if you fucking lackadaisical, that's how you gonna show up in the game.
And you got
Can't
no
have that,
business
Ronbo.
being lackadaisical this time of year. You should be busting and hustling on every play. I mean, even if
You
it
be
ain't important,
goddamn hungry.
show it. You know? Yeah.
3-13, should be hungry. You should be running that route like there's a steak at the end of that route, man.
Starving.
Something. You know what I mean? But something, yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, Ronbo. But yeah, I think Richie James is the odd man out in the receiver for real talk.
you know, I wonder does he
Real
believe it? You know,
talk.
because Demetrius, if you ask a player, if I was to ask them candidly, if I was to say, Richie, man, what do you think your chances are? If he says or hesitates for 1 minute, that means he has doubts. He says he's got to snap back that and say, Shh, man, I'm starting this year. The hell you talking about? You know, you got to have a conviction. You got to believe that's going to help you motor yourself through everything. You know, I think he looks around. He may be in awe of the competition around him, but he's a fighter because of how he grew up and where he grew up.
He is.
So I don't know. I could be off on this. You know, he may think
Unless
exactly
they
what I'm thinking.
IR him and they keep him on special teams or something on, like I would. That's where I would put him as a kickoff. Like, but we got Trent Taylor to do that. But I don't want to overwork Trent Taylor either.
See, that's what I was getting ready to say.
So,
They hurt his back. If I'm keeping Richie,
Yeah.
Richie is like, I'm keeping him because Richie, man, you'll be my return man this year, man. Because you know, after last year, what you did to the Hawks, man, you earned that job. I just want to see if we can put you in regular rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just keep him where he belongs. Like, that's how the Seashells used Tyler Lockett. You know what I mean? At first, it's like
But
a kick
Tyler's
return.
a weapon, though. That boy runs us off.
Man, he's fast
Tyler
as
Lockett
hell.
does a job on the 49ers ever since he arrived in San Francisco. Please don't let him. Man, if Tyler gets away this year, I think he didn't get away. Did Tyler get a TD against us last year? I think he did.
Yeah, he did. He did. I was just watching that game. Yeah, and that's when Kendrick Bourne got cut in half in midair. Like, I remember, I was like,
Oh, and he made that,
damn,
but he held
got
on
right
to that
back
ball.
up. Yeah, sure did. It was like first down, baby. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh wait,
Yes,
let
sir.
me clear this up right now. Poor Daniel Andre, we took him seriously. Daniel says, "Relax. It was a joke. Calm down. Take a Xanax."
Oh man. Oh no.
Daniel Andre.
No drugs,
I knew
man. No drugs.
Daniel Andre's my boy forever, man. He's got a sense of humor.
Nah, that's what's up, Ronbo. That's what's up. That's a good thing. That's a good thing, man. Oh man, he said relax. But 12-4 this year, Ronbo. That's what I'm looking at, man.
Ooh, good. Because the 8-8 boys are
12-4
killing me,
Super
man.
Bowl. Yeah, we can't doubt ourselves, man. Like, it started with us, the fans, man. We can't doubt them. Like, we can't say we're not gonna make it or we're gonna.
No, I know,
man.
right?
That's our
Vegas. You know what Vegas already did? Vegas gave us we'll be coming in third. They still have the Rams winning 10 plus over under. These are over under. The Rams are 10.5. They got the Chickens coming in right behind them, same number, and then they got us at 8.5. I see.
Wow.
We're still NFC West weak. Okay, that's fine. You guys, you know what? Because if anybody improved their roster this year, it was the 49ers. And if anybody lost assets, it was the Rams and Hawks. But we still got to suck high and booty. Okay, that's fine. Good.
You think we ain't using that as motivation, man? They putting that up as a bulletin in the locker room, man. I hope that's what they're doing. You know what I mean? For motivation, because nobody believes in the 49ers but us. Empire, man. It's like NFL Network, Nate Burleson, NFL Live. I don't hear nobody, man. Shit crazy, Ronbo. We got to come this year and slap the shit out the whole league, man. Everybody shut the hell up.
I know it, man.
I'm telling you, man. I'm getting tired, man. I feel like I don't know what caller that was the other night, but he was going in. I think y'all called him the preacher man or something.
Oh, Rev. Rev is here now.
Rev.
He's coming in just a couple minutes here. Another minute. Well, actually, it's time.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. The Rev be going in. A shout out to him, because if he was a coach, I'm going to play for him. Straight up, man.
So I'm talking about, Demetrius. Talking
about
firing him up.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. They need him every game. They need him to talk to the 49ers every game, man. Just call in. You know what I mean? Straight up. But, Ronbo, that's all I have for tonight, though, bro.
And it was good
man.
stuff,
Nice
Demetrius.
you, man.
Love it, fam. I'll be looking for you Sunday, all right?
Yes, sir. Likewise, man. I'll be there, Ronbo.
All right.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
Good night, Demetrius. Yeah. Daniel Andre, man. You got to be careful, man. You got to put the LOL or emojis or something, man. You can't be just, we thought you were serious. Take a Xanax. Rev! Come on in, Rev.
Ronbo.
Rev, as you know, we have a lot of things going on, but Rev, we do want to know, after you finish the service today, please address the matter of the question that Dante Pettis is comical as he is, as to whether or not a fork or a spoon is what defines you as a human being.
Well, let me get this started.
Please.
Let me give a shout out. Let me give a shout out to the Red and Gold, my family worldwide, 365, 24/7 for that Red and Gold. I want to give a shout out to the last caller for
Demetrius.
Shout me out. Love you, fam. Rep that Red and Gold. I love that. That's energy. See, that's how I know the Book of Champions is starting to reach the family worldwide. I have a quote. We're gonna go to the Book of Champions, family. That's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna start this off with the Book of Champions. And this quote comes from the GOAT himself, aka the living legend, Mr. Bill Walsh. And Mr. Bill Walsh says in his book, The Score Takes Care of Itself. If anybody ever read this book, it's a phenomenal book. But he says something that's very important to what the last caller said and what Dre said earlier. And I quote, I've observed that if individuals who prevail in a highly competitive environment have any one thing in common, besides success, it is failure in the ability to overcome it.
Yes. Amen.
Family, with that being said, we have faced our darkest times. We have reached our highest highs.
Mm-hmm.
But the beautiful thing about this right now, as these men are battling for position, they're battling for a spot on this roster, we know that they're going to give us their all. But when it boils down to that 53-man roster that wears that red and gold every Sunday, every Monday, or every Thursday, regardless of whatever our damn games are scheduled, we are going to put these helmets on. We're going to put these pads on the same way like anybody else do. And that's the red and gold that pumps through our veins. It pumps through our hearts because we know as 49ers faithful, it don't matter if you are fuck out or fuck cop, if you are Shittsburg Steeler, if you we ain't even going to talk about the Cowboys. I ain't even going to throw them in the conversation because they just nobody.
Hey, man.
or the Los Angeles pork chop. We, as 49er faithful, are going to send a message this year in the NFL.
Yes.
Like the Rev said before, and I'm going to say it again, I just want to see 10 wins. We are going to fight. We are going to battle. We're going to do everything that we need to do to smack somebody in the face.
Praise.
So now that I got that out the way, just know this, fam, that the Rev is telling you, like, as of right now, I am so pumped up and ready. And I've read the reports about, you know, this person, this, that, blah, 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 blah. When it comes down to minicamp, when it comes down to preseason, everything, we, as a collective, we are ready. We are ready. We are focused. We are determined. I don't give a shit who we play on Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. Best believe that we are ready to fight. We are ready to fight.
Hey,
and that's the bottom. That's the bottom line of being a faithful. We have seen our darkest years as 49er faithful.
Yes.
We have seen our highest points as 49er faithful.
Hey,
we are enduring a dark time as 49er faithfuls. But you know what? I'm not even going to say a dark time. It's just we're rebuilding. We're getting ready because this team is ready. This team is hungry. This team is focused. This team is driven.
Praise.
Because as I say it to you, when Sunday comes, woo, Ronbo, I don't think they hear me right now. When Sunday comes, all the Rev is going to say is come week 1, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they are going to feel and face a wrath like they have never seen before.
Hallelujah.
Because our goal, what Bill Walsh established for the 49ers, was to establish champions. And to establish champions, we have to lose games in order to win games. That's what Bill Walsh established. That's why the 49ers are great. I mean, just look at us. We have the greatest quarterback of all time. Fuck Tom Brady. Joe Montana is the GOAT.
Amen.
Jerry Rice
Uncontested.
is the GOAT. There is no question. Bill Walsh established that and instilled that in these players' minds. And Kyle is doing the same exact thing. So, family, when the Rev tells you, and I'm with you 100%, every player is going to fight. There's going to be some players that we may see go. There's going to be some players that surprise that's going to stay. But when they put that helmet on, when they walk down that tunnel and they see what champions are, when they see what Bill Walsh has established, when they see what Dwight Clark did for this organization, they're going to do the same thing. Quest for 6 has never died. It's never going to die. So with that being said, Ronbo, I thank you.
Bill,
I love you.
Thanks, fam. And you know I love
Fam,
you back.
pump it in your heart. Rep your red and gold 24/7, 365. That's how we do it as 49er faithful. And you know, everybody who knows me on here knows I end this by saying one of the best quotes. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Amen. There he is.
Ronbo,
Yeah.
I thank you. You help us express our love and our faithful for the red and gold. And we're ready for this season, man. Like that's how we're going to do it. Book of Champions is going to continue all season long. People, Reverend 4949 hits. I'm on Twitter, the Lyrical Poet. Check me out. I'm about to log on to Instagram, start the Instagram. Hell, I might join Facebook. Who knows?
Hey,
but
good,
you know
good,
what?
Jason. We need you more on social media. And James, what is your Twitter name? I mean James. I'm sorry. I got my James. Rev, what is your Twitter name?
The One Lyrical Poet.
All right, there you go. Because he changed it from last. The One. Hey, James, using one or ONE?
One, just the number one.
Yeah.
The One Lyrical Poet.
All right.
Like I said, send me tweets. I'm a jump on your thing, Ronbo. I'm gonna send everybody the link ups or whatever.
But
we got to keep
put that
this
link
going.
on there. Rev.
I'm working on the Book of Champions. It's going to be a chapter every week. We're going to keep it going, win, lose, or draw. We are 49er faithful, red and gold, pumps in our heart. I love y'all. Be safe, be cool, and let's get ready for 49er football. Quest for 6. Quest for 6. That's all.
Niners. Rev, have a great night, fam. I look forward to hearing from you Sunday.
All right, Ronbo. I'll holler at you. Peace.
So the one thing wonderful about the Rev gives you a Friday service, give you a Sunday service, and a Monday night service too. And don't forget about Bible school in the afternoon. Oh. Hey, what is it? Deshaun Page. Thanks, Deshaun. And Kenny, did I say thank you very much for that? Yeah, Kenny. The 49ers is going to rule this year. The rebuild is over. We did do that. I saw Kenny earlier. And Deshaun says, Deshaun has, I believe, is that an avocado? He's got, I like that. It's a, kind of a sexy avocado, too, isn't it? Thanks, Deshaun. Hey, LSK, Tony. Come on in, T.
I'm pissed, Ronbo.
Now, why would that be?
You know, there's a bunch of clowns out in the media. That's not really news to anyone. But Adam Rank goes and he predicts the record for every team, and somehow we got worse. And we're going to go 3-13 this year.
Are you talking about Adam? Adam, what's his name?
Adam Rank. He's just a clown
Rank.
on NFL Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. But his reasoning was, we're just not going to get the job done. And it makes no sense. The way we approached this offseason, we got better at every level. You can't tell me we didn't get better in the backfield, out wide, on the line. Like, we got better everywhere. And to tell me we're going to be worse than last year, getting our quarterback back, it's crazy. And,
hey, Tony, you know, I just want you to know that just to make you feel better. If you've ever watched Adam, he does several other segments where he does silly. I mean, the guy's Comedy Central on the NFL Network. So I think he was kidding.
I don't know.
He might be serious. God, he's a nut.
He kept saying the Seahawks are one of the best teams in the league, and then that's why he gave them the win over every single team. They went 12-4 in his prediction.
See?
But I want to get something straight to everyone listening out there. The Rams are not sweeping us. Because if there's one thing Jared Goff did terribly against last year, it was pressure. And what did we bring to the Bay? Pressure.
Lots of it.
He's not going to have 8 seconds to throw like he used to with the cleanest pocket alive, right? We're going to be pressuring him. And that's going to make the difference in the game. Look at the Patriots. Bill Belichick, one of the greatest defensive minds ever. He put pressure in Goff's face.
Down.
3 points.
Yeah.
Right? And you can't tell me Shanahan can't put up points with McVay.
Oh, he was watching.
They play to a draw.
Tony, he was there taking notes. That's why he was there, to watch golf. And tell you something else, Tony. Without Gurley keeping him like exactly in the zone he wants to be in, and Gurley's got a knee problem, it's real. They're already talking about distributing the ball and lessening the load and spreading out the offensive assignments. What does that tell you right there? Yeah.
So, you know, with me, I don't think Todd Gurley's going to be that much worse this year. But at the same time, I just don't understand why people are thinking he's going to be the same back, because this is a real issue, right? And if I'm teams, I'm going after his knees. I want to make sure he's not getting more touches a game. No, I'm serious. I'm not going to say it's like Downy-Gate where players are getting paid to take out guys like Frank Gore. But, I mean, you just have to have an effort to try and do that, just to slow him down. Not to take him out of the game completely and ruin his career. That's not what I want. I just don't want him getting 20 touches a game because he's deadly. And when you have that offensive line, it's going to be crazy.
Hey, Tony, you know what? There's another thing that I want to point toward. You know, the offensive line, they lost a couple of key figures. I can't see them being as potent on that offensive line as they have been. It just doesn't make – it can't be. It's impossible.
And here's the thing. Their center getting really old. Their left guard left in free agency. Roger Saffold was one of the biggest components to their run game last year. No one's talking about it. I mean, they're losing all these key guys that don't play glorious positions, and they're getting overlooked. And Ndamukong Suh, I don't think he's an amazing player, but he definitely was good for them last year, and there's no way they're replacing him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that people think they're just going to be this great team like the Chiefs. I don't think they're going to win more than 10 games, both of them, personally.
No,
I just think they lost too many key pieces, and teams figured them out.
Being honest, that's all it is. You cannot tell me you can lose that many guys. Look what happened to us in 14 after we lost as many guys as we did. You get beat.
Exactly.
There's just no way you can lose all your better guys and continue to win. That's just not going to happen. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any need to pay players when they talk about, well, I'm going to leave if you don't pay me. Oh, well, leave. We're going to be the same team without you. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. I don't like that argument at all. And to be fair, they did replace some of the players. LaMarcus Joyner, they brought in Eric Weddle. They brought in a few other guys. But,
you think he can
it's not.
Tony, can he replace Joyner, you think?
Here's the thing. He's taller, and I think he's a lot smarter than Joyner. But Joyner was all over the field. I don't think Weddle's physically able to be all over the field. I think if the ball comes into the zone, he could be lethal. But, I mean, Joyner was a different type of animal. He was 5'9", but he was fast, and he was everywhere. So just because you replace guys doesn't mean they're going to be great. And you know what? They might not even be a fit in the system. I think everyone on that Rams defense was a great fit for the system, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this year coming in, I don't know if they have that. Another guy, Mark Barron, even though he wasn't a great player, he led that defense really well. He got guys in their position, and that's why they were very good last year, one of the main reasons why. So you can't just ignore all these great players, and then you ignore when the 49ers increase the amount of talent they have at every level, and they're going to get worse. I don't understand it.
That's bias, right? Tony. That's straight up bias. There's no it goes against the flies in the face of every rationale you can actually come up with. That is absolute BS. God.
It is, and it happens because if you look at the teams that constantly win, people want to bring them down. And because the 49ers are such a storied franchise who have won so many games, people don't want to see them get back up to the top. But I'm going to let them know something right now. John Lynch built something special, and Shanahan is going to coach the hell out of that team. I think this year we're winning at least 10 games. We're a wild card team. I don't care what anyone says. And I think we have just as good a chance as anyone in the division to win it all because we match up well with their weaknesses, if that makes sense. So I'm excited for this team. I can't wait to see how the wide receivers and cornerbacks match up. I think the way it goes out in training camp is the way it should be. Whoever's leading at the end of it, I think they'll keep their jobs through the preseason. But that's for me.
And Tony, look at it this way as well. The 49ers actually built that team to take out Rams and the Hawks. Look at the pursuits you've got coming off the edge. Look at the linebackers, how active they are and how fast they are. Russell Wilson can no longer get away with the things he likes to get away with that team. The Rams, the pressure, we've already seen how Jared Goff can fold under pressure and make stupid throws, or he can't see the field. Suddenly he goes blind. That touchdown that they should have had when they played against the Patriots, the guy was standing there for, an hour? And Goff didn't see it because he was panicking. See, this team is made to beat both of them. That's what I'm looking at.
Here's the difference between Goff and Garoppolo. Garoppolo makes reads. Goff is given pre-snap reads. He has 2 reads on the play. All the other routes are just clear-out routes to confuse the defense. But McVay says, go here, and if he's not there, go there. So,
and Jared, as you said, Jared does not have that kind of IQ where he can diagnose quickly. He may, 30 seconds. He's got to get rid of it before that, though, or the 49ers will be sitting in his lap. This is going to be really interesting to see this year. And the Bears did the same thing to Goff. He folded the same way. There it is, right there.
He's a common denominator in it all. I mean, McVay is a great offensive mind. To be honest, he may have over-prepared for Belichick in the Super Bowl, but the Rams had chances on many drives to put points on the board. He misses so many open looks in the Super Bowl, throws a pick up that was just a pick to start at the play to end the game essentially for the Patriots. So, I mean, that's the difference between the two teams. I don't know if the Rams score more than 25 points on us next year in either game.
I can't see it. Not this time. Tony, good stuff as usual. Talk to you, see you Sunday if you get some time, huh?
All right, I'll see you then.
All right, Tony. Good night. Yeah. You know what? We really do have to stop taking Adam. Was it Adam Rank? Adam is a comedian. He thought he was funny. Anybody that would actually say the Hawks are going to win 12 games is obviously a comedian. There is, no matter, you're not going to just beat people having lost one of your best edge rushers, your premier wide receiver for years. It's just not going to happen. You've already cleared out all the players that were making you as famous as you were. Now you've replaced them with some of the talents are young. And fantasy football has already made a comparison between DK Metcalf versus Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel won hands down. He's going to be great, maybe someday, but he can't run routes. And that's very important in NFL because your average defensive back will stop that guy. Maybe later on he'll finally get that down, but right now, give me a break. They're a lame duck coming to the season. And the Rams, if they got to depend on Jared Goff to use his quick thinking on that field when plays break down, come on now. Come on, let's be serious. Hey, Lewis!
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Lewis, we're putting all things in perspective as only 49er fans can do. As there's one guy on Twitter I like to argue with all the time. He says, you know the problem with you, Ronbo, you can't talk about the 49ers objectively, meaning that I refuse to acknowledge the weaknesses. Lewis, real quick, what weaknesses do you see on this team? Just so I can agree with you, so I can prove that, yes, I can accept some of the weaknesses we have in this team. I don't see them as being overwhelming like some people do, but I know about them. But go ahead, listen.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't think there's too many weaknesses we can discuss with this team. I think, like the last caller said and previous calls before him, we already touched on it, man. We really reloaded really good this year with the draft, signing free agents. This is probably the most happy I've been in the free agent signing that John Lynch has done. He's brought in a lot of names, some splash names, traded for, one, signed one. But, he's gotten some pieces to mold, some signings that people don't even look at, re-signing some O-linemen, getting depth help, everything, Ronbo. And I was really happy. I think he's done a lot better job than Bolk has ever done in free agency. And I think this year we've, touched on a lot of key needs that we have. So back to your question about, where we're struggling at, or, some chinks in the armor, how you would say, it would just be, to me, it's just DBs, man. It's just the safety help. I mean, we're going to have guys that they trust. Obviously, like you told me once before, you believed in J-Dub Bunch or whatever, I mean.
But you're right. Trust is a word there. Good point.
Right,
it's not about whether you can do it or not, but can we trust him? Can he stay out there? Yeah.
Absolutely. And the thing with that is, Ronbo, I completely agree. Like, you got to have faith in what these guys drafted. And, I mean, yes, you got Tavarius Moore, some of the other kids that they drafted that are going to be fighting for positions on that safety and that's in those safety spots, with Will Harris, Colbert, all those guys are going to be, trying to fight and trying to make a name for themselves. You just have to have faith. And, I trusted John Lynch, right? Because they had multiple opportunities to get a bunch of players. Like I said, Garner, I forgot his name. The kid from Florida State that I really like. Not Florida State, but Florida. The kid I really like from the Gators, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. From, the safety. He was on the board at 5, but they didn't pick him because obviously, like I said, they still have faith in Tavarius Moore and all those young kids that they acquired. So, like I said, that's probably the only weakness that I see. And it's just because those guys haven't really had any game time. They haven't really been on the field too often. Whatever happens with Will Harris and Colbert, depending on, hopefully they can stay healthy. But, if they have to rotate out or they're doing too bad in coverage assignments and, they give up touchdowns or whatever and miss cues and miss assignments, they're going to throw, kids out there. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I think the flaw won't be that bad as it was the past previous years because we've never had a D-line like we've had since we had Alden, right? So we had Alden Smith and that ferocious defense that was reckoning the league and with Navarro and Willis, right? So I think, with pressure helps. it's like A, B, C, D, right? It's, you know, it's common sense, right? If you get pressure on the quarterback, that relieves the stress on, you know, the safeties and defensive backs. They don't have to do too hard, right? We don't want them to relax. You know, you still want them to keep that same, you know, energy as if they had to cover, but they wouldn't have to, you know, they wouldn't have to go so, you know, not go so hard, but they wouldn't. I'm missing the word, but it doesn't. It means
Lewis, what you're looking for is this. Now that I know that pressure is going to be on that quarterback, I can do things that I can commit where I can't be committing. If I can jump a route, I know I can time this because I got an idea of how long it's going to take that guy to get that ball downfield. There's so many things that are advantageous to the secondary if that quarterback hasn't got time to just stream around and look around that field. It's going to be a different secondary, and we're going to see that.
Right. Absolutely. Ronbo, that's perfect. You just, you know, you put it right into words where I couldn't. But it's also, too, like, you know, they're like, well, I don't have to worry about this guy because, you know, I know the pressure will get there just in case if he does, like, a deep post. I know the pressure will already get there before the deep post can even develop. So I could probably cheat a little bit, come down inside, maybe catch a slant through the middle, and, you know, just try to pick something off or make a big play. So, you know what I'm saying? It's things like that, you know, that will help. But other than that, that's pretty much the only weakness I've seen. There's really no weaknesses I think solid all around. Like, it's not even the whole defensive back as a group. It's just the safeties. Other than that, cornerback, we're fine. I know Dre said something with a battle between Witherspoon earlier. I don't have to disagree with that. If Barrett is healthy, there won't be a battle. Yeah. You know, Witherspoon's going to be sitting on the bench. So
he was pointing out that Akello's been with the system for a couple of years. But you know what? Barrett's played in a similar scheme. I don't think he's going to struggle with that.
But Barrett is an all-around. Like, playmaker. He's a ball hawk. Like I said, the only reason why we're signing to a vet minimum was because, you know, it was a one-year prove-it deal because he's been injured for so much. But we've all seen the tapes of him locking down Antonio Brown. We've all seen him tapes locking down the best wide receivers when he had that one healthy year, which wasn't even truly healthy. He played, like, I think 14 games, but it wasn't like a full season. But, you know,
Lewis,
back to what I'm saying.
Let me ask you one question about Barrett, though. What if he stays upright all season long and he has a Barrett year, goes to the Pro Bowl and all? Next year, now he's going to come.
Yeah, I would sign him to a 2 or 3 year Ronbo.
That's what I'm saying. You got to give him some big bucks too. He's only 26 or 27.
I would give him some decent bucks, but I'm not going to give him, like, you know, top cornerback money because there's still there. I mean, and obviously Prague is probably the most genius person behind these contracts. Like, I guess I guarantee people don't even know that Jimmy G contract is actually already paid off. If we cut Jimmy G right now, we would only have a dead cap hit of $3.5 million.
Is it $3?
I mean, it was so front loaded. Yeah, it was some crazy number like that. Like, we're not even that bad. But like I said, Jason Verrett, I mean, yeah, you're right, Ronbo. I would want him to have a great year with us. I would want him, if he does good and he stays healthy, I would want him to come back. Absolutely, Ronbo. But because of the history has been, you know, so lengthy of him being injured, and, you know, it's like, you know, the pattern is just there. For me, it would be like, yeah, I would give you decent money, but I'm not going to give you big cornerback bucks like, you know, top wide receivers like Patrick Peterson numbers or even like Jalen Ramsey, who's probably up for a contract too. But yeah, Ronbo, like I said, like, right. But like, to me, all these people saying like Rams, like, granted, us 49er fans have so much hope. And I think a lot of us 49er fans have to be, you know, wary and be kind of, you draw back a little bit of being too enthusiastic because now we're right. Because we're signing checks that the 49ers have to cash, not us, the 49ers themselves.
That's true.
And when they don't cash them, we're going to be like, well, shit, where's the money at? Well, you know what I mean? Like, it was a check that wasn't written by us. You guys are, you know, giving these false hope and promises. But I do think this year will be a big turnaround. And I do, like the last caller just talked about, man, the Rams took a defensive hit. Like, Aaron Donald, arguably one of the greatest interior D linemen of all time. Like, I mean, the guy his numbers are insane, Ronbo. But not having Phil there, I think, you know, is going to help. He's going to regress a little bit. You know what I mean? Not having Phil there.
And it'll make you feel better, Lewis. It's funny because the 49ers, Belichick has already given them information on how to contain Aaron Donald from what I read 2 or 3 weeks ago in that article.
Right.
So, yeah.
But that's not even that, Ronbo. Aaron Donald can't win them a game because if he did, he would have won them the Super Bowl. It all starts with Jared Goff. But Jared Goff is a scheme quarterback. The blueprint is out. I'm sorry. guys, people who are saying that the Rams, yes, because their defense is really good. They've lost some of those pieces, like signing Eric Weddle like that. He's better than LaMarcus Jr. The guy could barely even move. Like, come on. Let's be real here.
I mean, they
Ronbo,
didn't throw him out of Baltimore for nothing.
Jared Goff.
And you could go down to the Rams
line. Quarterback.
It's the same thing, Lewis. Lewis, we got to stop though.
Right.
But yeah, it's I don't know what Vegas is doing. I do know this though. I really wish we could all put maybe $1,000 or $500 or something on that bet and all meet in Vegas at the end of the season.
I really do. I really would, Ronbo. But Ronbo, one more thing though, Ronbo. I'm telling you, I just think it's between us and Seattle. I mean, Seattle because Russell Wilson's still there, but I think it's just going to be for division leaders. I don't think with Gurley having that arthritis, that's a career-ending injury. Ronbo, it's arthritis. It's not going to go away. It stays with him for the rest of his life. He's going to have to battle through it. You know what I mean?
I agree. So, all right, fam. I look for your Sunday.
All right, Ronbo, you take it easy.
See what develops. You do.
I'll call
Thanks,
in Sunday. Take it easy, bro. Peace.
And let's roll all over to Russo. Russo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Russo, man, we're sitting there trying to wonder who's the craziest Adam Rank or Las Vegas. And then, it's like we got these position battles coming up next month. The season is starting to heat up even when nobody's playing football, It's crazy. Hey, but the thing is, though, there really is going to be some players that are leaving that are going to really make people sad. We've all got our favorites. I mean, it's like my favorite, everybody wants to see him leave. I mean, I want J-Dub to do out there and do a great job. 99% of the NFL, 49er fans can't wait till he goes. And then I got Kendrick Bourne. Come on, Kendrick. And I'm concerned that Jordan Matthews and his pedigree and his reputation, and it's a scary time. What do you think of Russo?
Well, I did watch I watched the Adam Rank video, and I will say, I've been in fantasy football for probably this will be my 7th or 8th year. So I've been in fantasy football for a while. Right. He used to do a segment on NFL Network where he would cover fantasy football with like Fabiano and all those guys.
I've seen it.
And when the Niners were really, really good, he was all about the Niners. Like he was like recommending Frank Gore, and he was like he understood how good we were. I think he's misinformed. I don't think he's a hater. And if you watch the clip, the Niners were the second to last team's record that he predicted. He did the entire NFL, and then he did the Niners, and then he did the Cardinals. So I think he was doing all the games off his head, and then when he got to the Niners, he was like, "Oh shit, I gave them losses for all these," and like even when he was doing the Seahawks, he had them 7-0, and he was like, "Oh look, they're 7-0. You're really happy." But like, I don't think he really realized what he was doing. I think he was just kind of like winging it. I think he was winging it.
He's being a comedian, and you mentioned him doing fantasy. Every weekend they do the fantasy, he'd come in and he'd be. You notice how they would pan over to him.
Yeah, he's a joker.
And he's got some kind of an outfit on or a makeup on. He's got these things behind him that he's doing all kind of bizarre things. So I don't take Adam Rank seriously. I don't. You notice that thing he does with the other guy when they're going over who's going to win games before on Saturday night or Sunday, and they're sitting there yelling either yelling and screaming. Right. So these guys, man, don't take their fantasy advice real serious. Sometimes the other guy's kind of serious, but Adam Rank is always with the comedy relief. I think he'd love to go to Hollywood, So
I'm pretty sure that wasn't a joke. I think it was just like very unprepared and kind of like
and ended up with the 49ers. How many? 3 wins? Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like really, it was a joke. He was like, this is like watching the games he had us losing. It was just like, okay, that's definitely not happening. Like maybe we're not going to win 13 games, but we're closer to 13 games than we are to 3.
Well,
that's all.
The thing is,
even if we win 9,
we got swept by the Cardinals. Swept again?
Yeah, no, I think he had a splitting with the Cardinals. I don't remember.
I thought it said 2 L's. Because I saw. I didn't see the whole clip.
Thumbs down.
Okay. Because I saw him standing in front of the left side.
I usually just like.
Who are the wins?
I don't even remember. Like he had us beating like the Bengals. He had us losing to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He's like.
I saw that.
He's like Arians knows the Niners. He had us losing to Tampa Bay. He had us beating the Bengals. He had us beating. I want to say like a game that we probably shouldn't win. I think like
Saints.
It was something like that. Maybe the Falcons or the Saints or the Ravens. Like he had us winning one of those games. And I thought we were splitting with the Cardinals, but I don't know.
Maybe. He was standing in the way I couldn't see because I only got to clip everybody passed around. It went viral in the 49er community. And I couldn't see the left side. I seen nothing but L's up and down the board otherwise to his right. I said, this...
Yeah.
Guys, we're not taking out a break serious. But anyway, Russo, some of the other things that are going on. By the way.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What's up?
No, I was going to mention to the chat. Guys, I'm really curious about the spoon fork thing. So tell us who your preference is. And I want to maybe we could snap a shot of it and send it to Dante. God,
if somebody says something about a spork with a knife on the back end, that's pretty legit.
Oh, that was Kenny. Kenny says, get a spoon, you can sharpen it up. You can actually get tools and make it possible to use it as a fork, and you can also sharpen it, make it a knife.
Well, I mean, if you have to choose between a spoon and a fork, you have to take the spoon because some things you can only stab and some things you can only scoop. And the things that you can scoop, if you have to stab them, you can scoop them anyway. So you got to take the spoon over the fork.
I like that rationale, actually. That makes sense. I hadn't thought about that. I was a fork guy until this moment. Okay.
No, I mean, anything that needs a fork, you can use a spoon. But some things that need a spoon, you can't use a fork. So it just has to be a spoon.
It's exactly,
if you have to choose, it's definitely
you can't eat your cereal with a fork. That's right.
You cannot. It's physically impossible. Unless you're a savage.
We haven't evolved that far, baby. Russo, go ahead. What else?
All right, so how about we talk a little? We could talk a little bit of football before I go.
Yeah, we better. All right.
Okay, so like a good season would be. I mean, if we went 10-6 and got a wild card and played the first game tough or won the wild card game and then maybe lost in the next round, I think we would all be like, all right, that's a really good step forward. We're moving. If we're going to win the Super Bowl, there's two things that I already know that have to happen. Jimmy G must play every game, must stay healthy. He must be he must take the next step. He's got to be the guy that we paid. Like, there's no more, like, hopefully this year he takes progress and the next year maybe he wins the playoff. Like, it can't be like a 3-4 year process. Like, he needs to take the next step this year. And he has to stay healthy. If we're going to win the Super Bowl, that is, like, 1A must happen. And I think the other thing, the wild card guy, I think Jason Verrett needs to step up and be better than Sherman. I think he needs to be he's got to step up and be the guy. Well,
they say he actually is. If he's healthy, he's the best cornerback we have.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, he's a top 5 corner in the entire league.
Right.
Sherman is no longer a top 5 corner, but he could be.
Nobody's going to mess. The nice thing is, though, Russo, nobody's going to mess with him. You're not going to throw on Sherman. He's still scared.
No. And he knows how to cover his side of the field. Like, that's what he does.
And he's healthy
he's not
now,
going to
so
hawk
he really
anybody.
can.
He knows how to shut down the right side of the field.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's more than enough. That's all we could even ask for at him, aside from leadership. But I think if we want to win the Super Bowl this year, if people are actually, trying to, talk about, we're going to win the Super Bowl this year, Jimmy G's got to be the guy. Verrett's got to be the guy. And I think everything else, I think we have so much talent, to the point where we're having discussions, 2-3 times a week, who are we cutting, who's going to make it. In the past, it was we didn't give a shit about our backups. Our backups, meant nothing, even though they ended up playing most of the year last year, and they showed a lot. But this year, it's we have so much depth, it's man, we need to cut, we need to cut guys that could start. This guy could start for this team. This guy could start for that team. He could start for us, but
really
we have him, so... I mean, it's kind of like the old, I don't know what you want to call it, a cliche or the old saying, it's a good problem. You know what I mean? If you have too many guys, that's I don't even know what you want to call it right now, but
that's it. It's a good problem to have. Exactly.
Yes, it's a very good problem to have. So that says a lot, and I think no matter what happens this year, I already know that the Niners are back, so it doesn't even matter.
And that's the bottom line, Russo. Russo, we're going to go and look forward. Appreciate you getting in there. See you Sunday, okay?
All right, bro. It sounds good. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
And Russo also alluded to something else, too. Do you realize if the 49ers get to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G, you couldn't have a better quarterback for that situation? His team, the preparation they've went through from the Patriots, all that, you'd see it in that Super Bowl. You got to get him there, though. We got to get him there. Hey, Phil! Oh, hopefully Phil's got good reception this time. Sounds like he may have that same problem. Phil? Phil, I think we had a connection issue again. Phil, he used to have one of the cleanest connections. I don't know what happened here lately. I don't know if it's Phil.
The Raider fans.
They probably tapped in on your line or something. They're probably taking part of some of your bandwidth. Phil!
Anyway.
Phil, you know what? Maybe hang up, call back in again. Maybe that might work. I'm getting clicks and pops.
I know. I am too. But can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Phil. Yeah, you know what? If you don't do anything to your phone, you're good now. Okay, go ahead.
All right, man.
That's good.
But anyway.
No, you got you now. Okay. Yeah.
I haven't called in for a while. I've listened to him. But, I just think that, here's my take.
Okay.
Number one, Malcolm Smith's not getting cut.
Whoa, there's a scoop. But you know what? You could be right. They might want to keep him for his veteran presence. We got a lot of kids out there, and he's a backup that could come in handy. Hey, go ahead.
And I think Jimmy Ward,
Mm-hmm.
he's going to have a great year.
Right.
And I think Joshua Garnett is going to have a great year.
All right. Now, that's good news. If he does, the 49ers is nothing but plus. God, that'd be great.
And you know what? If I miss on 2 out of 3, I'm still a winner.
Actually, all 3 of those, you're right. And I hope Jimmy, if you're gonna get 2 out of 3, is one of those 2, because the way he goes is where we're gonna go. And I do like Nick Mullens, and I think he'd come in and do a favorable job. But I don't want him. If we should find our way into the playoffs, he is not Nick Foles. He would fold under pressure in the playoffs. He's not quite ready for that yet. But Nick's a tough customer mentally, and I do like him for that. So, but you get Jimmy G in the playoffs, look out, look out, look out. This is what he's been bred for. This is what Belichick raised him to be. That's why I know you get him there, he'll take you home. So.
You know what? If we don't make the playoffs, I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm going to be disappointed.
I
really think this year we can make the playoffs, and my hope is to beat Dallas in the first round.
God, nothing would be finer.
I have fans in my family.
Dang. Cowboy fans, that would be such a wonderful thing. They'd be sick. Yeah, it took you guys how many years to get back here? We've been in the playoffs for the last 2 or 3 years, and Dak Prescott's still a better quarterback than Jimmy. Hey, son, sit down, calm down. Do you hear what you just said? Dak Prescott, who's overpaid because he finally got the money. Jimmy got paid less money, and he beat your golden boy. You've got no leg to stand on in this court.
That's my year. That would make my year, Ronbo.
Woo! God, that'd be so good. But, yeah.
And so, just wanted to call in and say hi.
It felt good, man. Didn't wonder where you were.
What? I haven't left you guys. I've been watching, but just wanted to give everybody else a call-in availability, and just want to say thanks for your opportunity to talk Niner football.
It's such a pleasure, Phil, and appreciate you being a part of what makes it so much fun. Oh, good.
Yeah, and I'm still on Jimmy Ward. Still on Jimmy Ward.
Yes. And by the way, Phil, did you see Adam Rank and NFL Network, and did you see him doing his one loss for the season for the 49ers? I keep trying to tell people, do not take Adam Rank seriously. He really made a lot of people extremely mad. Adam could not come in to San Francisco and have dinner in any restaurant without somebody charging across the room, because he's recognizable too, you know. But he gave us 3 wins,
I don't
Phil.
think
3.
prognosticator has put the Niners that low.
Yeah, that's
one.
He is the only one to put us only 3 wins. The worst. Even Nate Burleson gives us more than 3 wins, and Nate's one of the worst. That's why I didn't take him seriously. Come on, guys. Adam Rank, Key and Peele and Adam Rank could do a show together. You know what I mean? He's not to be taken seriously.
Some people picking the Niners, you know, and so it's open right now. It's open. That's why I see it.
It is. And we've already went over the Rams and some of their issues. You know, Phil, even if you go over the 49ers, if we have any issues that can be spotlighted, they still wouldn't equal to the Rams and the Hawks. I mean, the Hawks got their entire team wiped out from the glory days. They did well last year because they ran the ball. Okay, you're not going to run the ball this year, Hawks, like you did last year, because everybody's waiting for that run, and we're going to be set up and waiting for you. Go ahead and run the ball, all right? Because the Hawks were running the ball. They ran it down our gut last year, right? Right? Now do it this year, please. I'm begging you. Try that again.
For us is health. It's health.
And
if we stay healthy, we're winning the division. That's it.
It's equipped to. It really is. So
but
one-dimensional teams.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's not going to win. Hey, Phil. See you Sunday, huh?
All right, Ronbo. I've been watching.
I appreciate it too, Phil. All right.
So, anyway, take care.
You too. Night, Phil.
All right. All right. Love you, man. Take care.
Love you back, fam. Night. Hey, since day one.
Yo.
Since day one. How you doing tonight, fam?
Doing good, Ronbo.
It cut out a little bit there. Hello?
I know.
I can still hear you a little bit.
All right. A little bit better?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you clearly. Well, since day one, as you know, the subject matter tonight is camp battles raging next month. We're looking at one battle to watch is going to be C.J. versus Nick Mullens. I'm not sure some of the things that are surrounding that whole situation are more important than them. What's Kyle going to do if Nick does a good job? Is he going to try to trade C.J.? Or Nick Mullens would fetch probably a 3rd or 4th round draft pick, depending upon how good he looks in preseason. Hell, Nick could fetch a 1st round draft pick. Hey, since they went, I'm kidding. But you know what?
True.
That would be a dilemma for the 49ers front office, because they're going to sit back there and say, you know what? There's a few veterans available now. We could get a 2nd round pick for Nick Mullens. And we lost picks last year. Oh, we lost our 2nd round pick. We lost it to the Chiefs, didn't we?
Yeah, we had to get it back. We had to make something happen to get it back.
You know, I was just speculating. Since day one, are we gonna have CJ for a backup though? That's a scary situation.
Oh, I got confused. You're talking about next year's. We don't got a 2nd next year.
Yeah.
That's what you mean? Because for D-Ford, yeah.
Right? But what if Nick just balls out in preseason? I mean, he's just threading needles. He's dropping. I mean, everything's working right for him because, he knows the system really well. He could look absolutely razor sharp. What if?
Yeah, he can be a second. He can be a second
What if
round.
somebody calls the 49ers and offers a 2nd round pick? You know they're going to take it? We need that.
Oh, yeah. And if someone desperate, like Jacksonville or somewhere where they got a good defense or something like that, and they need something. If someone throws a late 1st round, I doubt that. That's a hard.
Not gonna do that. Nobody's gonna go first. But second,
Yeah, and then
or third,
a second.
might,
I think a second,
yeah.
third. They'll probably ask for a third, and then another late one in the next years. But I think a second, they'll take that quick because we can groom another backup. We drafted another quarterback,
Speight.
or we took a undrafted one.
Speight. I don't know. Speight's tall. We do know that about him. I don't know how good he is. I haven't heard anything about him in camp. Not much,
Yeah,
anyway.
it's coaching. If they can coach him up, if he can get coached up right, that's it.
True.
Because
True.
every player that all these kids they come in, it's rare that they come in ready to dominate right away. You know, it all depends
especially
on coaching a lot. Coaching, and if they get coached up right, then they can do good. Look at Nick Mullens; he was undrafted, wasn't he? And then look what they did to him.
And
so I mean, I think that they are gonna.
You're right.
Yeah, they're gonna get something. They're gonna get something out of him for sure, and then I think they can make something happen with that. But as far as the competition, if it comes down to him or CJ, you know they're gonna stick with Nick, only because his decisiveness is so quick. He's quick and he knows the offense, just like CJ does too. But he's quicker, release. And
he can't process as quickly. It just takes him a little longer. Meanwhile, here comes the defense. Bam, bam. Oh, CJ.
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
I think, man, we're gonna look good on all aspects, and I think a lot of people keep sleeping on our special teams, man. They don't understand how big Wisnowski's gonna be because I'm telling you, field position, man. I said it before on the show that we were number one in the league when it came to swapping sides of the field position when Jim Harbaugh was there.
Yeah.
I think it was Andy Lee. I'm not sure, but we were number one in the league when it came to swapping fields. And when you can pin them way back, you got to make them scratch and claw, and you got to make them run 15 plays. You got to just to get down, just to get a field goal or something, and that takes toll during the whole game. And those open field tackles that our special teams used to make, Tony Montana squad, and all that. I think if we can elevate our game in the special teams.
Man, it's going to make a lot of difference. People don't appreciate that fourth round pick being used for that, but they will. Oh
no, and I keep seeing articles where they keep bragging about how good he is and different kicks that he has and all that. I didn't know that they had.
Isn't that exciting?
Knuckleball and all this other stuff. Like,
end over end. He says it doesn't have as much hang time, but it's really hard to catch. You know?
Yeah, and I can't understand how that would be hard. Like if it should be the same every one of them, but it's not. Like how Wes Welker said, if there's a nickel ball coming, he's like, I'm getting out the way.
No, man, because you got that coming at you, and you got those guys coming downfield to beat your ass. You know, you can't focus on.
You don't know where the Sarah Catch. You don't know the Sarah Catch. Watch the players, and they lick the ball. They're like, fuck that. They just get the hell out the way. And then they do that.
I loved it too.
The ball.
Would you see guys bail?
The ball drops and they don't even bounce, so they don't even move. It just drops.
I saw that on a preview. I didn't even know that was even possible. Dude is amazing.
Yeah, I seen that. And he could run. You know, man, I guarantee you, remember, he's going to run for at least 3 first downs this year. He's not.
Yeah, that's what you should make it do. A prediction. How many times will Mitch Wish not fake a punt and run for the first down?
Over under, I think he's gonna run for at least 5 during the whole year. At least 5. That's probably once every 3 games or something.
They're probably gonna design plays for him anyway.
And then look for more in the playoffs. I'm telling you. And then I heard you say something about Jimmy being prepared. He knows how to prepare for Super Bowls. Man, I was thinking about that. Like, damn, man, that's so true on point because he's done it at least 3 times, right?
Yeah.
And to prepare, and he was ready to play in all those Super Bowls. I guarantee you that. He was prepared, and he was back there, locked and loaded. And imagine he knows all that preparation, the time, and everything. Like it's not his first rodeo. So if we just get him to the dance, it's over.
Yep. I like her chances. Yeah, he's not.
I want to send another little shout out before I go out to the J-Dub bunch. We out here. I heard somebody yesterday or the other day taking up all their time, bragging and shooting at us and talking about where they at. Man, we ain't went nowhere. We've been here.
Who was that did that? That was Trey.
What do you think we're gonna do? You think we're gonna cut? You think we're gonna come in here? We're gonna waste up our time? It's a privilege to be on. We're not gonna come every night and then brag about one player. It's not about that. It's not a one-player team. They misunderstood Ronbo. They're misunderstanding the whole point of the J-Dub bunch. It's not just about, we're not bragging, oh, this guy's a pro ball, this guy's the best. It's not about that. We want the best for him. And there's a bunch for every player on the team. You know what I'm saying? And there's always going to be a J-Dub bunch as long as that man is wearing red and gold. Simple as that. Until he's gone, then we're gone.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna support every player on that team. If he does good. If he does well, bounce, gone, whatever, the next man up. It doesn't matter. But he's here, we want the best from him. Simple as that. Just stay real, Ronbo. Keep faithful, and appreciate what you do. Thanks for the time, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you since day one. See you Sunday, okay?
All right, Ronbo. I'll catch you.
All right.
All right, Empire. Stay up. Stay faithful.
All right, since day one. And let's see. Oh, hey, Danny.
Well, yo, what's up, Rambo?
Danny, man, just sitting here and enjoying the fact that as we count down going to the next month, man, it's like waiting for that big blockbuster movie to come in. You're already getting ready to say, you know what, I'm gonna take this weekend right here, man. I'm gonna park it right there in the front row and watch the wide receiver competition. The defensive line, who's going to play it. We already know who's going to start it, but who's going to rotate in it. Then wide receivers, who's going to be the sacrificial lamb this year. Looking at the safeties, who's going to start. Man, this is just too much fun. What are you thinking?
Man, I'm thinking a lot, man. I've been trying to call for a long time. Finally got to talk to you, man, and you know, I was patient times, but I love listening to you, man. I'm a big fan. I think I told you this last time I spoke to you, and man, I'm just extremely excited, you know, about the future and what it holds for us, especially on the D line, man. I'm a big I love D, so to me, holy shit, man. We have a D line to honestly, I think we have the best D line in the league right now. Think about it overall.
I bet that comparison gets made within the first 3 or 4 weeks because that's a lot of firepower. And now they've got just enough maturity when you look at all them first-round picks and then you add D Ford and Nick Mullens to it. Ho-ho! Oh! That's going to be a tough D-line,
man.
Yeah.
It's not even about the 4 we're going to have on, starting. It's about the rotation, too.
Oh,
so people are going to be fresh. You know what I mean? So can you imagine, Eric Armstead, him and Buckner in the middle, 6'7". And you got Ford and Bosa on the outside.
On that passing
And you got Solomon Thomas. And you got Solomon Thomas coming in rotation. But, I got to admit, though, man, I was a huge Solomon Thomas fan. But, God, man, he's been a disappointment. I know I respect him because of his family and the hardships he's going through.
Yeah.
But, man, I mean, you got to produce somehow, somewhat. At least put up some good numbers, and he hasn't been the guy that I thought he was going to be, when we drafted him. I really thought he was going to be on, the next Justin Smith, when we drafted him. I'm like, he can be that guy. He has the same body type, he can play the same role, but man, he can still change things around though.
Yeah, he's just, the thing that scares me the most about Solomon is the fact that our offensive linemen, up until last year, he started breaking out a little bit toward the end of last season. But he used to be offensive lineman, just about anybody could contain him. But that isn't the case now, though. He's getting there. I think he's proven a lot, actually. Especially last year. If you see some of the footage they got out on him, he's getting accused of being a little too weak. He ain't he's not that kind of weak that you're hearing about, though. So we'll see. They got high hopes for him, it seems. So.
I mean, this is the year that he can break out. I mean, if you can't do it this year because no one's gonna double team Solomon. You know what I mean? When you got the Forrest Buckner and Nick Bosa and Ford, you know what I mean? So it's all one-on-one. If you can't break out this year, then he's not the player we drafted. Even if he puts up let's say a decent number, so I'm like, you know what? I'll be satisfied with that. You know what I mean? But if he doesn't produce at all like what he did last year, It'll be a conversation for a buzz. But I'm super excited though.
Because, I mean, we're talking about a guy we picked up at number 3, and actually he was number 2. So he's got to come around. That's a really bad pick. Otherwise, that's too high in the draft. They've got to do something for us. So,
but you know what? The way I look at it, Ronbo, is let's swap, man. Let's swap. Let's think about we drafted Kittle number 2 overall, and we drafted Solomon Thomas in the 5th round. I think that's a fair trade-off.
Yeah, actually, if you look at it that way, yeah, yeah.
So let's see it that let's see it like that. But man, I'm just honestly like the defense this year. It's a scary defense. You know, if you think about what we got, if Vernon somehow stays healthy and Witherspoon can somewhat be a decent number 3 corner, I think we can be a solid defense.
Wait.
Secondary is.
Oh, when you say what number 3? Oh yeah, so you mean Verrett, Sherman, and then Spoon. Yeah, I said it, number 3. You dropped him way down on that depth chart, but he actually is.
He's definitely going to be that. If Verrett can stay healthy, bro, and Sherman is the way he is, he can't beat out those 2 guys. You know, there's no way. You know, but unless somehow someone gets injured, and God forbid that ever happening. But hey, I don't picture him starting. Because as a nickel corner, you got Williams, and I don't think Witherspoon can beat out Williams.
That's not his thing anyway. Yeah, actually, Verrett could actually play the slot, but it's you're gonna still keep the best guys on the edges. That's how you're gonna get beat deep, and so. Kellos, you know what? I still say he looked a lot better toward the end of last year, so he may come along. Let's see what he looks like this year. He looks like a man possessed on a mission this year already in camp. He's been pretty productive, so we'll see. All the writers say he's the best defender we got out there as far as the secondary, which kind of blows me away. Really? Okay, well, let's see what they look like in the pads, and then we'll go from there. So
we'll see, man. I mean, you're talking about the Brown kid, right? The undrafted free agent?
Alex. Yeah,
Alex Brown,
yeah. Let's see what he is. And then there's the Harris kid that we drafted. Because we got 2 guys that we really don't need, like Maben and Dante Johnson can go. After this camp's over.
Oh man, I don't even want to hear those 2 names, man. To be honest, every time I hear Johnson, I get really upset. It's like hearing Trent Baalke. You know what I mean? You hear that name, upsetting. I lose my mind. So, yeah, it's heartache.
Just can't play the position at all. And clearly, there was no coaching problem or anything. Dante was just getting beat up, just abused. Man. So, yeah.
Well, man, I don't know what's going to happen with Johnson. I think it's just a cam body. He is. Like, he's not staying, but he will not stay around, trust me.
As soon as Jimmy went down and they moved Tavares Moore to the safety position, now they have that void, and they just want so many people in each position, and that's why Dante got the phone call. Yeah. It wasn't like Deion Sanders' call. If you ball, you go get the call. No. If we need a person to fill in a spot, Dante, you go get the call.
Oh, man. Poor Johnson. He's probably listening to us right now when we have this conversation. But.
Dante, we didn't just now start talking bad about Dante. He stopped looking at us a long time ago, if he ever did.
Oh.
It's his fault. I mean, Danny, if you were doing a good job at something and people still gave you crap, then you have a right to get mad. If you're failing consistently, you have no reason to get mad. Try to get better, but understandably, people don't appreciate your work.
100%. You remember that game when he was getting abused by Hawkins? Is that what his name is? From Texas, the wide receiver?
Yeah, over in Texas.
He goes to the sideline and slams his helmet to the ground. I'm like, man, you should slam your head to the ground because you're embarrassing the whole team.
No. And that's and the funny thing about that game, Greg Maben came in and did a pretty good job against him. And that's why we won the game. Unbelievable. And Maben earned another year to stay with us. Well, he didn't now.
It's unbelievable. But you know what? Honestly, I don't completely blame the secondary for our fault. All this failures we've been having. It's our D-line, man. Our D-line has no pressure whatsoever besides Buckner. Quarterback standing there for days camping and just, picking those targets. There's no way. I don't care if you have 4 Shermans out there. You know what I mean? At the same time, if you have all day, you got to find an open guy eventually.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the receiver's he's got too much room to work in. Hey, Danny, fam, if you get a chance, get on back in here Sunday, will you? We're looking for you.
absolutely, and I do want to jump on. You know what I mean? It's just I'm extremely busy,
Yeah.
but when I do call, I don't want to be on hold for like 35 minutes. You know what I mean?
We'll try to get you in as fast as we can. Sometimes a lot of people.
For sure, man, bro. Take care of yourself, man.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, man. Stay up, man. Peace.
You too, fam. All right. Yeah. By the way, a lot of times we get people. Sometimes we can only. Sometimes a lot of people call in, so sometimes the wait could be a little longer because we take everybody in the order they come in. Otherwise, it's unfair. Okay, so hopefully, fam, please understand that. All right. All right. Hey, let's go to Justin.
Hello. What's up, Robono?
Justin, are you driving around?
I am driving around. I just came back from watching Child's Play, the movie Child's Play, Chuck E.
Ooh, was it good?
It was really good. I was really impressed. I wasn't expecting much, but they did justice. They did justice. Okay,
all right.
They did justice. Did justice. Okay, usually movies don't do that well.
Yeah. Don't give anything away. So there you go. Child's Play. Hey, would you give it a must see?
Yes, sir.
There you go. There you go. Looking for something to do this weekend.
4, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, don't take those kids to Toy Story 4, okay? Go make the kids see a real movie. Child's Play, okay? God,
see, that's it's just the name of the movie. And this is Child's Play 2 or 3?
This is Child's Play 1. I believe it's a reboot.
Oh, okay. It's not a sequel. It's okay. Yeah,
no.
okay.
No. Yeah, how you doing? What's the topic today?
We're just sitting there going over the fact that there's 3 positional groups coming up next month that everybody's going to be looking at. One is going to be, of course, the quarterback situation between C.J. and Nick Mullens. And then you'll go down further, and, of course, the red hot. It's got to be the number 1 positional group that everybody's going to be paying real close attention to is the wide receiver group. And then, of course, everybody's favorite group with my guy and yours, J-Dub.
I'm looking at
the free safeties.
I'm looking at the Yeah. I'm looking at that secondary position, though. Because let's say that Jason Verrett is he needs some time, to heal or
he's not ready yet.
I still think, he's not. We still need a backup plan for him because a lot of people doubt Witherspoon, even though I think he'll be fine. We still need backup because that secondary is still it's not really up to its standard right now. That like Sherman and Bryant, they're Pro Bowlers, but the other ones, they need to step up and show that they're here.
We got Dante Johnson.
That guy's garbage. Dante Johnson's garbage, man. Garbage. Yeah, garbage, man. I'm saying.
We got Alex Brown. You know what?
Ramsey.
Hey, but Justin, there's a couple of prospects in camp that could blossom and show us something really solid here. And I don't know if they're going to be ready for prime time as early as next year. But, you got the guy, Alex Brown is really good. You got the Harris guy. Harris is like Verrett, though. He's a good ball player, but he's a little fragile, and you just hope he stays up. So 49ers are trying to address it. They're trying to get priority picks first, and then they go on to work down the line. So you figure this year, if Tavares Moore works out, they will not be looking for a safety next year like everybody's expecting them to do. And, because they're strategically doing what they're doing. So
I'm saying, if Jalen Ramsey is available for trade, you trade for that guy right now. Saying right now,
he's about to.
Jalen Ramsey available for trade? I'm saying Jalen Ramsey, if he's available for trade, you trade for him right now. Not only
what are you giving up?
Because we don't know about Sherman. I'm saying I don't know about Sherman. I don't know if he's guaranteed here for long term. He's probably want to go back to Seattle to reconcile, whatever it's called, reconcile.
Reconcile.
He wants to finish
within the next 2 years. He's probably going to be retiring in Seattle. Probably. You're right.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We need a long-term cornerback in Frisco, and Jalen Ramsey fits that. He's a top cornerback right now in the league. So we need a cornerback that's polished and fundamentally adequate to adapt in this league. So he's very good. He's a very good quarterback.
The thing is, though, what is Jalen Ramsey going to want as far as he's been talking about? Because he's about to talk his way out of Jacksonville. Because he's talking about, they made a mistake last year. Now they got to pay me a whole lot of money. See, now Jacksonville's made it clear to him they're not. So he is going to be traded.
I understand that. I understand that. I understand that. Maybe he's just talking. Some players like to talk and talk, and they like to talk about. But when reality comes, they're like, oh, I just said that because I wanted more attention, or something like that. Some players are. I think Jalen Ramsey is in that stage where he needs to grow up. He needs to grow up a little bit. Mentally and physically. And he needs to know that he's not going to get that big money. He's not going to get that big money. Not with cornerbacks. In this league,
if they trade him,
especially with.
He might be able to get it if they trade. It was just going to be a sign and trade. Whoever makes a deal, I think they're going to have to, because he's already, this is it. He has a final. No, you have 1 year. You want to have 1 year with him, and when he comes into the team, he's going to say, "Listen, I'm here to make a deal. If not, I don't know how he's going to work that out."
Yeah.
But yeah, he's going to leave Jacksonville. I'm pretty sure, from the way it looks right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I it's a shame because he's a good player. It's just his attitude sometimes stinks. And his attitude sometimes stinks, and his behavior sometimes gets the best of him. And you can't have that on the league. But I feel like he needs a new environment. He needs a new team where he can adapt, and maybe he could flourish. Maybe some players need new teams. But I don't know. All I know is that our secondary needs help a lot, and that free safety needs help. I don't know about Tavares Moore. I don't know. We'll see. But
find out.
I'm really worried about the secondary position. I'm really worried because this schedule, man. This schedule isn't so nice to us this year. It's not so nice.
Well, it's not as bad as the last 2 years. The travel's a problem, but the teams on the schedule, there's only when you get past Pittsburgh and then Pittsburgh's not what they used to be. When you get past the Saints, the Panthers are probably going to be pretty good. I don't know that within our division is another story. I don't know there's a whole lot of great teams on that schedule that just outclass the 49ers. In the years past,
we don't know about Lamar Jackson. We don't know about Lamar Jackson. We still yet to see that guy.
Actually, we do know about Lamar Jackson. You know what? Lamar's accuracy's got to get better, or they'll be able to defense him. If he's just going to run, that's not going to work. He's going to get hurt doing that anyway. I've already predicted that.
A lot of people are going to get mad at me for this, but a lot of people are comparing him to Cap, and I think that's unfair. That's very unfair and very out there because I don't think Lamar Jackson's playing style is more similar to Cat. It's more of RG3 a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit where he can pass and throw a little bit. So I think it all depends on him.
It's about what though? There's Lamar Jackson. I don't think he reads. He doesn't read the defense very well. It's about pull the ball. He's a one-read guy.
Got you.
And he's off to the races. And my God, he can run though. Cap is that runner that once Cap gets out loose, he is gone. Cap can them legs stretch out, and he is out of here. Nobody's catching him. Lamar Jackson starts off from step one, moving at 100 miles an hour, which is very scary. So we'll see what we do with that team. But I'm sure the defense is going to have something figured out this year because we got the right kind of players now, not like before.
Yep. Well, that's pretty much all I'm going to say. I'm just worried about our secondary. I'm hoping and praying that we could do well because, we struggled in defense last year.
I know. But remember, last year's team is not going to look nothing like this year's team. This is a whole other team. But anyway, Justin, you're right, though, man. I'll see you tomorrow. We got to go. And drive carefully.
Yes, sir.
Look for your
Sunday.
Sunday.
Sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This traffic is no joke right now.
Yeah, you be careful. All right. See you Sunday.
All right. Yes, sir.
And we go to start spreading the news. New York! 646. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
And what is your name?
My name's Ed. First time calling in.
Hey, Ed. Appreciate you calling in, too. Well, Ed, as you probably, I don't know if you've been listening or not, but we're talking about the camp battles that we're looking forward to next month. I don't know. I don't know why the quarterback situation is. I get. Well, you know what? Actually, it is going to be exciting to see because you're wondering what they're going to look like. And then, of course, you got the wide receiver group that's crazy, and of course the safeties.
It's a no-brainer. I mean, no way C.J. is beating out Nick Mullens. Hands down. I was watching Nick Mullens last year in preseason, and I was blown away. I was like, this kid is really good. And I'm like, why isn't Shanahan giving him like an opportunity to thrive and try to beat out CJ? And I figured that he would have won the backup job, but that didn't go as planned. So
did you, Ed? Did you think that Nick looked good even in preseason last year? I thought I didn't see the Nick we seen against the Raiders, but I didn't see him being any worse than CJ. And it was a kind of thing where he played with the threes, and so Shannon probably said, well, you know, he's playing with that third level group, so I can't take anything serious from that. So I think that's what happened. But this year, this year's going to be just the opposite, though. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's very true, right? I mean, yes. Oh, he's playing with threes, so maybe he's really not all that good, right? But I mean, listen, if he's throwing the football and needling it, somewhat needling, right, the thread through the needle. I mean,
you judge that.
So throw him in there with the twos and throw him in there with the ones to see what he's got.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that he's going to at some point beat out Jimmy G. But I will say, and you can chisel the stone here and quote me on this. I will say that eventually, I think when it comes down to maybe Jimmy G's kind of either injured, it'll come to the point where, yes, Nick will take over that spot permanently. I don't think he's, at that point now, but I think, toward the end of Jimmy's,
declining years. But here's the funny thing about it. I don't know that Nick is, how old is Nick? 21, 22, somewhere in there. I don't think there's that much difference in their ages. Maybe.
I think he's got the talent. That's just me seeing him. I've been a 49er fan for like 40 years.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and I just love this kid. And much respect to CJ. Yeah. I love the fact that he is a hard worker. He can take shots left and right. But I mean, Nick is on a whole other level. So, but enough the quarterbacks. I want to, and I've been meaning to kind of talk about this defensive line.
Yeah.
This line is
everybody's favorite subject. Yes.
I mean, the fact that we got D Ford, we gave up a second round pick, right? I mean, that in itself is pretty amazing. I mean, wow. They're thinking like, what the hell were they thinking? And just like they give them away, just like the Patriots gave up Jimmy G away. I'm like, I'll take that any day of the week.
And the funny thing about, I don't know, Kansas City, and then they went out and paid. Kansas City picked up somebody else and they gave them more. They could have paid D Ford. I'll never understand that move. But I'm delighted that they let us have D Ford. But I'm still what? They picked up the guy from the Hawks, right? Strange.
I think so. Yeah. Those Hawks. But going back to the defensive line, we'll also state this. A lot of people probably haven't been talking about this, and there's going to be a lot of 3 and outs. And when you have a defensive line not depleted and spent for the entire game, there's going to be a lot less injuries because of the fact that, when you spent and you're in there, I don't know, playing how many snaps a game, like DeForest Buckner first year, you're more susceptible to an injury. Because
absolutely. And I'm surprised Buckner hasn't been injured. She's on a lot of snaps.
So, it was just insane. So, that was back in those years. What was his name? The big big macho guy.
Defense?
Chip Kelly, yeah, Chip Kelly. That's
Chip. Did you call Chip Kelly a big macho guy?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Okay.
My memory there. But
Chip Kelly.
But I'd like to also do another scenario. Imagine, it's like 3rd and 8, right? And this defense can be really like special. I mean, you can just really screw with offensive coordinator's head, where you can just line up, D Ford, Nick Bosa, and DeForest Buckner all on the left side.
Throw Eric Armstead in there too, because he's been coming on.
Yeah, and he'll be on the right side, and all of a sudden they'll call it audible, like, they're saying, "Oh, what the hell is this?" And all of a sudden you just like, you know what? Let's swing Nick back on the other side while they do the audible, and then blitz. Some crazy stuff. There's so many things you can do with the team, and the depth. This is nuts. I mean, wow, the depth on this team. I haven't seen this like since.
Been a long time,
so many years.
Even Harbaugh's teams, they were good. The first-line players were good, and they had 2 or 3 they could add in the second rotation. But, man, like Dan Scuda and some of those other guys that come and play, but nothing like this. We got starters sitting on the bench this year.
I hate to say this, but it is a bit unfair, but we deserved it because we were just getting.
I mean, come on, we've been getting killed for how many seasons? We deserve all of this.
Go back to all the linebackers we lost. Not including Foster because that was his own fault, right? I mean, it's just stupidity. Love the kid. I even have his jersey. Like you bought his jersey.
I know, but I changed the back to him. It's now Quan Alexander.
Yeah, I have to do the same thing.
That jersey, I like that jersey too. It's so comfy. Damn.
Oh, the jersey. But it was one other thing I wanted to also discuss besides the defensive line. This kid Wisnowski, I think he's going to be special. And I think, a lot of people before were like screaming and yelling like, 4th round or what a waste of the pick. But you got to understand something.
They were
special teams are important.
It is. Especially when he's that good.
I mean, he's great. And then, just picture this in your head, if this kid finds a way, to pressure offenses, within the 5-yard line, almost, I'm not saying every single time, but, there's going to be points, time in the game where, it's a critical game, it's a postseason game, he does his kick, it's on the 3rd-yard line, and with our defense, you're gonna get some safeties out of this kid. And if we win, just the fact that, we win like say a point because this kid,
it'll be because of Mitch. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And so you got to give the credit here. I mean, when you're putting that pressure, there's not a whole lot of room in the back. And when you got these guys coming at you, DeForest Buckner, D Ford, Nick Bosa, you're going to double team one person. You're not going to double team all of them.
You can run, but you can't hide.
I can really foresee it. This is going to be a devastating defense. Teams are going to be scared playing it. That's how crazy it's going to be.
And you're going to see what we haven't seen. It looks like a what do they call it? It just looks like a raid. When you can see the doors just open? Now you're going to see that from our defensive line like you see with other teams doing that now because like you're saying, you're going to get a lot of one-on-one matchups with a lot of offensive lines next year that you have never seen. So it's going to be like a jailbreak. Every time you snap the ball, you're going to see guys racing to get to the back and in the backfield and everything else because if you double team, you're only going to make it worse. So, you got to take your chances one-on-one. That's not going to happen. Oh.
DeForest is going to eat. He is going to eat.
Man, I can't wait to see this.
It was double team all year last year. I was watching tape like, look at this.
And it worked.
I mean, he got some sacks. But, now you can't. You're going to have to find a way. Who am I going to double? D Ford. Oh, who am I going to double? Nick. Oh. And you know what? Throw in Katavius Street there, too. He might be like
it's
the diamond in the rough.
The only possible double team you might see, it's not going to be on the side with D Ford because if you do that, you give Buckner. I mean, God, you just don't. If teams are going to try to double team the 49ers this year, it's going to be on the opposite side. They're going to try to deal with Armstead, and they're going to think Nick Bosa can be contained because he's a rookie. This is going to be a mistake. They're only going to try these strategies once, and then they're going to give up. And then it's going to finally become like we're talking about now. Teams are going to say, you know what, the only chance we got is going to man up, and we're going to handle them one-on-one. Come on, guys, let's go. Let's win this game. And when they come out there and do that, by the half, all right, we're going to have to change strategies. We're going to put a couple of tight ends in. We're going to take a couple of guys out. We're going to see if we can help that offensive line out.
You're going to throw the ball to. You're either going to run, they're going to throw the ball. And you got one receiver to throw the ball.
And running's not going to help either because now you've already got those guys in the backfield. Unless you can get rid of that ball real quick, Quan Alexander, the guys are going to love that because now they've created vacuums. And guys like Warner and Alexander, oh, man, that's going to be hilarious. I can't wait to see this line get busy. Anyway.
It's going to be crazy. There's going to be like so many turnovers in these games and it'll be like blowouts because
secondary's going to get bored.
It's going to make everyone look great. I mean, even the safety. Well, I will throw a wrench into this one. I'm not sure if your boy J-Dub is going to be there. I love the kid. He's a hard worker. He hits hard, but God, he's a fragile guy. Just unfortunate.
He's going to come around this year, yeah, I'm telling you. And we're going to go, though. It's getting late. Tell you what, Brees is getting in here. I missed that. No, I missed that last part. What'd you say?
I mean, as I said, he's a fragile guy, but and I love him, and I think he would be great, but provided that he doesn't, break a collarbone.
He is going to stay up this year. He made one boneheaded mistake. You don't dive without pads. He's sitting there as the doctors are working on him, and even the doctor saying, "So why'd you dive for the ball? You weren't wearing pads." Anyway, Ed, we gotta go. I'll see you Sunday if you get a chance, huh?
Yeah, it's a pleasure speaking with you.
Same here, Ed.
There's somebody going on this.
Yes. Good night, Ed.
Night.
And we go. I see Michael Hang. Michael says, "Gonna miss your Sunday show. Gonna be at Legoland Saturday and Sunday." Oh, you lucky man! Put something together for me, all right? Hope you get to listen in on Sunday. All right. And Jamel Fagan. Hey, Jamel, is it glad you're on tonight, Ronbo? Did you see my video and the pics? And Jamel, did you miss the other night? We aired all of that, unless you sent some new stuff. I went to submissions and video. That way Empire will see. Yeah, Jamel, that was the other night. We got it in immediately. All right, look at the video from the other day, and you'll see that. Yeah, all right. And it's IAA. I don't even want to say. I can never say it because if I say his name, it sounds like I'm talking about myself. Anyway, IAA. That is fam. IAA, what's up, fam? I tell you what his name is, just so you know what I'm talking about. His username is I'm an asshole. I can't call his name. He set me up. That's something like Jersey Joe would do, and I wondered who it is. Dominic Winters, what's up? Rodney Harris Jr., I rep the 49ers in Maryland. Hey, Rodney! All right. And Jorge Silos, he says, what up? Chloe and myself send a love and respect to you and all of Niner. Clay! Jorge! I haven't talked to you in a while, fam. Good to hear from you. And Allen, 23, if a team offered a fourth-round pick for either Solly or RB3, See, a lot of times I don't figure these out for another few seconds. What you let go of? Think carefully on this one. All right. A fourth-round pick for Solomon Thomas, that'd be tough because we gave up a first-round pick. I'd at least get a third. Oh, Anyway, I want to see Solomon Thomas one more time anyway. I really do think some of the things that were bothering him last year were affecting his game. So I want to see him one more time. Ricardo Rodriguez. He said, yo, have they figured out Robbie Gould's situation? You know, I had already forgotten about Ricardo. I keep forgetting about Robbie Gould. We're talking about all these things we hope the team can accomplish. Without Robbie Gould, we got a problem. I don't want to talk about it tonight, though. God. Harp Dog, what's up? And the whole Niner Empire. Thanks, Harp Dog. Niner Empire says, what's up? Salt Lake City. Faithful up in here. Hey, Niner Empire. Salt Lake City. Man, I love the representation, man. Love all my fam. I love you guys, man. Thanks a lot. And Jacob JP, what up? The Empire, salute playoffs. Here we come. And Jay Jonah. You ain't love Jay Jonah, man. It says Farouk. Remember Farouk? Did you? Oh, it is Farouk. Remember Farouk is. I used to love to talk to Farouk just because I say his name. Remember The Rock first broke into the WWE, and Farouk was in charge of the Nation of Domination. and Farouk always had Rock under control because back then Rock couldn't talk a lot. And Farouk would get out there and grab the mic, and he'd start talking, and Rock would say something, and Farouk would just stop and just stare at him. And Rock, I know my role, all right. And who knew Rock was going to turn into the mega monster star he did a little after he got out of the Nation of Domination? Farouk. Farouk said, let's go! Let Empire reign supreme! Oh, God. Oh, but of course, RB3 is Ronald Blair. Ronnie Blair is a third, isn't he? He's not Ronald Blair Jr. He's Ronald Blair the third. Oh, thanks, Big Show. No, see, it's like Show always says, too. Don't get attached to players because this is a business. Guys come, guys go. You've got to stay with the guys that are going to help you win. I am a huge fan of Ronnie Blair III. Do not want to see him leave. That would really bother me. God. And Satch Montgomery, remember when we went to the Super Bowl with 2 good pass rushers? Imagine now with 4 and good cornerbacks. Satch. Honestly, it's going to take a while. I do predict this, though. As good as Fangio's defensive line was and defense was, as good as Harbaugh's defense was, period, do you know this one has the potential to just blow that one away? Think about it for a minute. I'm just saying. They do. Man for man across the board. Now, Allen Smith is a one-of-a-kind freak. But was he as good as he was because of Justin Smith? Because the Smith brothers, that was a team. That was a 2-headed monster. If you took one head off, the other one suffered. Now, with D. Ford and DeForest Buckner, Buckner already proved he's going to get it done without D. Ford. Now he has D. Ford, and D. Ford has Buckner. Ooh, God! And then Armstead next to him on a lot of plays, and Armstead's coming on stronger and stronger, it seems, as long as he doesn't get hurt. And then you got Mrs. Bosa's baby wild child on the other side. Fam, this is. Don't feel bad about expecting things from that group. That is a tough. I mean, you know about the Special Units Forces and the Marines and all those other groups? That's what the 49ers actually have right now. That is ridiculous. Mike Jackson, hey, my God, long time I'm back, brother, feeling the Bay Area. All Niners all day. Mike, get on in there, you get a chance, man. Kim Boutro, great show, Ronbo. Thank you. Kim, thanks. I should have hollered at you long before now, too. Hey, fam, I'm going to go ahead and check on out. Damn it, the light before you say goodnight. Ooh, I really remember that rhyme. The light before you say goodnight. And remember, spoons win. Dante, spoons, not forks. You can't eat cereal with a fork. Dante, fam, see you Sunday. Night, Elisa.